The Ride.
This is North Knox Tonight, an in-depth look of what's going on in North Knox Warrior sports. Live from the Bicknell McDonald's, here's the voice of the Warriors, Tom Lee.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bicknell McDonald's. You are listening to North Knox Tonight. We got the usual crowd of rowdy players, and all of Ben Burke's rowdy friends have come over tonight. So, and if anybody knows what we're talking about the first 20 minutes before the show, they'll know what we were talking about. Head coach Josh Chambers joining us here in just a second. The North Knox Warriors win 44-0 over the Tecumseh Braves. We'll talk about that game, and we'll talk about the upcoming game, the first one in a long time between North Knox and Booneville. We'll do that coming up next. You're listening to North Knox Tonight live from the Bicknell McDonald's right here, 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
How do you explain the joy of getting any size soft drink for just $1 from McDonald's? Well, it's like... 1, 2, 3. Yeah, like that. Get $1 any size soft drink from McDonald's. Joy included. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Farming is a tough business that requires tough equipment. That goes for your irrigation system as well, which is why an irrigation system from Ileana Irrigation, your local Rainkey dealer, is built to be durable and reliable. High-strength steel, superior engineering, and an industry-leading 10-year warranty on gearboxes. That is what a Rainkey irrigation system is made of. Give the irrigation professionals at Ileana Irrigation a call today to find out just how tough they really are. Rainkey, more right than rain. And Ileana Irrigation, your local irrigation experts.
Hey fans, it's that time of year again. Time for some Warrior football. This is Randy Hamelman from Hamelman DeKalb and Asgrow Seeds. Just like the seeds you planted this year, the Warrior football team has been working extremely hard this summer. And now we get to see that hard work pay off as we watch the Warriors in action under the lights on Friday nights. So come on out and support these student athletes as they give it their all and try to earn a Warrior victory. And for all your seed needs for 2019, come see me, Randy Hamelman, proud sponsor of Warrior football.
Times will continue to change, and life's pace may even increase. But Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home and Wampler Shaw Chapel continues to serve the community since 1830 with 2 locations. Both funeral homes are locally owned with services to meet the needs of families of all faiths in a caring, traditional way. Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home at 6th and Vigo Street in Vincennes and Wampler Shaw Chapel, 118 Washington in Bicknell, proud to support our area youth sports programs.
Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services in Bicknell is the hometown healthcare team you can always count on. As a local family-owned and operated healthcare facility, Guardian Angel takes great pride in serving you, your family, and friends. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services supports local organizations and events, businesses, schools, and youth sports. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services, where your care is their business. Have a great season, North Knox Warriors.
A well-known Bicknell dentist is back and ready to serve you. Dr. Stephen K. Williams is accepting new and return patients at his office on State Road 67 in Bicknell. Dr. Williams wants to help you have your best smile. With decades of experience, he will help you just like he's helped me. I'm proud to call Dr. Stephen Williams my dentist and hope you will too. Dr. Stephen Williams back in Bicknell and waiting to serve you. Call 812-735-2020. Back once again here at the Bicknell McDonald's. Great to have you with us. This is North Knox Tonight, and our senior spotlight a little bit later on, by the way, Ben Burke will be talking to us, so we appreciate that. Right now, though, we're going to talk with head coach Josh Chambers. Coach, 44-0, you went over to Tecumseh. You've scored, I believe I'm correct on this, 112 straight points since giving up the first 15 against Sullivan. You got to be feeling pretty good about your team right now.
Yeah, the kids have done a nice job of just showing up every day and doing what they need to do to get better. We started slow against Tecumseh, and we can't do that. We need to come out of the gate ready to go. I felt like we left points on the field the first 2 series. We just continuity-wise didn't get going. Tecumseh came out, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think they played harder than us the first two series. They were ready to go. They knew they were coming into a big challenge. And, it's been a couple years we played Tecumseh where we've really handled them pretty well. And getting going, they were lit up. And so our guys needed to wake up. We needed to get going. And I believe right at the end of the first quarter it was 6-0. And then we were able to score 21 points in the second quarter.
Yep.
And so that right there, the kids just finally, okay, wake up, these guys are here to play. And that's something as a football team and as a coach you don't want to see. So the good news is we continued to play very good defense. I don't know what the yardage difference was, but we continue to be very hard to move the ball against.
I think it was something in the area of like 460 yards to 100. I mean, you held them about 100 yards in offense.
And our kids continually, week in and week out, they bring that effort on defense. And that's what we need. We're going to have to continue to be very physical. We're going to have to tackle very well. But I think if we can continue to do what we do, we're going to be able to win the battles at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to be able to compete with about everybody on our schedule.
Here's what's interesting. 7 scores, 6 touchdowns, 6 different players were able to get scores, with the only one repeating being Cole Richter, your featured running back. I mean, that's pretty good. You get 7 different scores and 6 different players contribute.
Yeah, I really feel like we distribute the ball very well. And all the guys that we've got in the game, I think do a nice job of putting themselves in a position to score points. So, proud of the kids, proud of their efforts. Really love the physicality of this team. We seem to get after somebody every week. I mean, we really hit hard. We really tackle well. And we're cleaning up the penalties. So that's a very good thing. We're playing clean football. So, that's something we got to continue to build on.
The first touchdown, by the way, was a pass play 65 yards from Reese Hamelman to Troy Nolan. Do you think that touchdown opened things up for your offense?
I would say that the way they were defending our run, we had to hit a touchdown like that, or a pass like that, because they had, 10 guys inside of our tight end, and we had to find a way to get the ball out in the flat one time to loosen them up. And so he flicks it out there. Troy makes a good move on the would-be tackler, and then he outruns everybody else down the sideline. He had 2 kids to beat, and he beat them both. And so we needed that, especially at that point in the ball game. And then that loosened them up and forced them to play 3 true DBs. And then we're able to get our run game going on top of that. And plus we also, we completed several passes in the game as well. But when it got out of hand, we didn't throw the ball as much, of course. Our run game was going well. We ran a lot of trap. They really struggled with our right down the middle trap scheme. And so that really got us going. The pass play got us going. Then we were able to even score points on defense, which is a huge deal.
Let's go ahead and talk about the offensive touchdowns first of all before we get to the defensive touchdowns. We mentioned a pass play 65 yards, but then 3 touchdowns on the ground. Cole Richter with 2 of them, 3 yards and 8 yards, and then a 44-yard run out of Rhett Sharon.
Yeah, again, I think the big runs that we had the other night came out of trap scheme. So that was great. Rhett was a trap. He made a nice cut. Cole did the same thing on the one before that on his first score. Real nice cut, got down the sideline. Again, good plays. So Troy's pass and then those 2 big runs out of those guys, great offense and really got us going, especially early in the second quarter.
And we'll talk about those defensive touchdowns in just a second. Right now, though, let's go ahead and hear the last Friday night's Hamelman-DeKalb play of the game. 10 to the 5, touchdown, Warrior, touchdown! The big bad Wall puffed his way into the end zone, Ed.
Tom, that looked like you getting to the car after the game.
Dylan Wolf with a 57-yard fumble return for a touchdown. That was our Hamelman-DeKalb play of the game. And good to see a big 320-pound guy rumbling his way to the end zone.
Anytime you can score a defensive touchdown, it's great. Dylan got down the sideline, had a couple guys out in front of him blocking, and peeled off and got a couple guys, and Dylan shook a kid off too. So, very good touchdown. Always excited to see a D lineman score, period, because that means you got to the football, you were able to scoop it up and then return it. That's a big deal. So that right there was pretty much the stamp on the ball game. And we were able, again, to continue to be physical with them. got after. We even blocked a punt, and Troy Nolan scored a touchdown on it.
Well, I thought
everyone thought it was Ethan Haig.
Yeah, I thought it was Ethan Haig,
It was not. It was Troy Nolan, and I think Troy stole it from him. When Ethan on film, we watched it, and Ethan's about on it, and Troy shoves him out of the way and takes the ball from him. So in the books, Troy had the ball. From everywhere else, it looked like Ethan at the beginning.
I thought
but
it
when
was
you
Ethan
slow
Haig,
it down on film, Troy gives him the old man shove and takes the ball from him, which is good. You want people to be after it. Ethan, he'll fight harder for the next one.
By the way, who blocked the punt?
Troy blocked the punt, and he scored.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so Troy got the punt, and he got the score.
That was, again, great plays for us. Those are momentum changers, right?
Yeah.
And then the big thing is they almost returned a kick against us.
Yeah.
And this may be one of the harder hits I've ever seen as a football coach.
Yeah, me too. I know what you're talking about.
You know, you see a kicker that's kicking off, you think, I got to beat the kicker. Well, Troy zeroed a kid in and was able to make a real hard tackle.
Yep.
And I would say at that standpoint right there, you could have stamped that game off as a Warrior win. We had to continue to play defense. And we had to continue to get better in that category. But in all, real proud of our kids and their efforts. They're starting to get, figure it out.
If there is one fly in the ointment that had to be in with the special teams, maybe let you down a little bit against Tecumseh.
I wouldn't say they let us down. Here's what happens. I explain this to everybody. When you're up by 35 points, when you kick off, it turns into, can I fly down there and hit?
Right.
And so we did that. And the kid breaks free. That's what it was.
Okay.
So to let us down, we kick PATs, we kick a field goal.
Yeah.
They're in constant bad position all night long. We caused a fumble on a kickoff. So to me, we played good special teams. The kids were getting doing their jobs and getting with it, and we're going to continue to get better there.
I was going to bring up that by the way, the field goal and the points after kicking has been a thing for you, but it looks like Holtman Dodes is starting to round around. He had a couple of extra points and a 24-yard field goal.
Again, that's just been something we've been working on every day, religiously work on it all the time. And it's one of those things that, if the odds of us getting 2 are better, that's what we'll do. And I'm comfortable with our kicking game right now, so we're starting to do it in games. But until we're comfortable with that, we've just practiced. And now we're comfortable with it, so we feel like that we can do that in a ball game.
I want to end up in this segment, by the way, talking about some statistics. Reese Hamelman right now, if you think of him, he doesn't really throw a whole lot, but when he does, he's been pretty successful. 16 of 28, 321 yards, and a quarterback rating of 103.4.
Yeah, we're real happy with where Reese is at. We do feel like we've missed a couple things as a team. Not necessarily Reese's fault, just something we've not caught a ball over the top that we were open or whatever. But all in all, we really like the efforts and the work that he's done there, and we continue to build on that. And whenever we need to go to our passing game, we're confident that we're going to be successful and convert and move the chains. And even at some point when we get athletes in the open field, score some points.
Right. Let's take a look. Rushing, Cole Richter, 52 runs, far and away the most on the team, 424 yards. Rhett Sharon right now averaging 15.3 per run. So you're getting pretty good, and 10 touchdowns between the two.
Yep.
You're getting a pretty good contributions out of both of your running backs.
Very good. Good production in the run game. Linemen are doing a nice job. So very proud of those guys.
One more thing. Tackles. This has been a very hotly contested thing. Bo Nolan right now, 21 tackles leading the way. And I believe Troy, I didn't write down how many he had, but he's got to be in that neighborhood. Matt Urbane with 19. So
I think if I'm correct, Coach Klinkenbeard told me that Troy was leading.
Okay.
Bo's right there holding his hand, just like a brother should be. And Matt's right up there. Again, our linebackers, D linemen, if you look at the distribution of tackles, it's where it should be. Linebackers and D linemen are making the tackles.
Yeah.
And DBs are doing a good job at tackling. But your front line of the defense is taking care of business. And that's the way it should be. We're defending the pass well, and we just, again, got to continue to build on that.
And one more thing I wanted to mention on the statistics before we get into talking about Booneville in the next segment. That is, Bo Nolan right now, far and away leading the team with 4 sacks. And over the years, you've had some problems with pass rush, but this year, you've got a kid with 4 sacks and a sophomore to boot.
Yeah, we're really getting after the passer. It's not something that any one team can be real super comfortable with because we've got 4 guys up front that do a nice job of getting off the ball, and they continue to work to get to the quarterback. So if we continue to do that again, I like our odds to play good defense, and we just got to continue to tackle and get better in all those areas.
So the Warriors step up in class. They'll step up to 4A. They'll play their third Big 8 team of the season coming up tomorrow evening as a trip to Booneville awaits. We'll be back to talk about the Warriors and the Pioneers when we return. After this break, you're listening to North Knox Tonight live from the Bicknell McDonald's right here on 97 on the 105.7 The Ride, WUZR.com.
Does your staff work on their feet all day? Do their feet hurt all day? Do they have trouble getting to the shoe store to purchase their work shoes? Well, let us come to you. Hi, this is Tracy from Grundman Shoes, 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes, and we have gone mobile. We can now bring our quality, service, and selection to you. Call us today at 1-800-726-4770 for more details on us helping you have happier, healthier employees. Grundman, your footwear specialist since 1929.
Have a shoulder or knee bothering you? Hurting when you exercise or participate in sports? Painful when you're on the job or working around the house? Many shoulder and knee problems are treated with simple rehab. But when surgery is necessary, Dr. Terry Fenwick provides the latest outpatient arthroscopic techniques to reduce pain and recovery time so you can return to your work and activities faster. Don't let shoulder or knee pain get you down any longer. See Dr. Fenwick, a leader in sports medicine. Get answers, get results, get Quest Orthopedics on Willow Street in Vincennes.
Get big meat savings at your Vincent's Save-A-Lot. Fresh boneless chicken breast is $1.49 a pound, and fresh beef boneless chuck roast is $3.99 a pound. Also, local seedless watermelons are $2.99. Local cantaloupes are 2 for $3, and canned vegetables are 3 for $1. Amazing quality, fantastic prices, satisfaction guaranteed, or 100% money back. Savings are made easy at your Vincent's Save-A-Lot, where bananas are only 39 cents a pound every day.
Looking for a way to protect your assets beyond your lifetime, as well as provide an ongoing source of income for others, such as those with special needs? The First Vincennes Savings Bank Trust Department provides a variety of trust services and can help you tailor the right one for you. Whether you're interested in a living trust or one to be executed in the future, ask one of our staff members for more details today at 812-885-9018. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's John Yoakum here at Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to let you know that this month we have teamed up with Helping His Hands to do a canned food drive. We are offering a conventional oil change plus a free 24-point inspection for just $24.95 when you bring in 5 canned food items or more. We haven't left out you diesel or synthetic oil change vehicles. Bring them in with your canned foods and receive $15 off your oil change. There's no appointment necessary, and help us fill this Ram truck up with canned foods for Helping His Hands. That's Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just off Hart Street next to Kohl's and Vincennes.
At McDonald's, we make mornings brighter, from Paducah to Terre Haute. Say we're in for that unpredictable Midwest weather. Well, breakfast doesn't have to be. Just grab one of our delicious bacon breakfast sandwiches, like the new Bacon, Egg, and Cheese McMuffin, because they're a sure thing when it comes to deliciousness. And bacon mornings are the best mornings. We'll make your morning brighter with bacon. At participating McDonald's.
Back once again here at the Bicknell McDonald's. You are listening to North Knox Tonight, live on 105.7 The Ride, WUZR.com. Coach, you take on the Booneville Pioneers coming up tomorrow night. A step up in class, you go from 2A team, you're in 2A, you play a 4A team coming up on the road. The first time in a long time North Knox has taken on Booneville. And you also step up against a team who won the Big 8 title a year ago and knocked off cross-county rival Vincennes Lincoln 19-6 earlier this season. What's the first thing that stands out to you against Booneville?
4A school aside, the thing with them is they just play sound football. Got a nice running back. The Mockabee kid runs the ball pretty well. They got a couple of pretty nice linemen. Quarterback throws a pretty good football. So for us, we just need to show up and play quality football. I like the ball game. I think we match up pretty well. I think they've got some big, strong kids, but I think we have actually the size advantage in terms of just kid size. But at the end of the day, it's a football game. It doesn't matter what they have, what they've done. You have 11 people on one side, 11 on the other. We need to beat the 11 that they have. That's what it is. And if our kids continue to play and strive and do well, we're going to have a good football game tomorrow. It's going to be a close game. We're going to give ourselves a chance to win. They play a lot of two-way kids. They play kids both ways just like us. So they have a good roster. They're playing a lot of linemen on both sides of the ball. They're playing a linebacker on both sides. We just need to be sure that we match them punch for punch. But most importantly, we come out and just play confident football.
Here's the thing now, you talk about playing a team like this. Is this good training for what you're going to see in the sectional when you see a lot of PAC teams, your Modern Days, your North Posies, your South Spencers, the other teams maybe in your sectional, and not to mention the Linton Miners that you're going to be seeing later?
I would say any competitive football game that we have is going to do something to benefit us. So that's always my standpoint on this. If we show up ready to play, we play high quality football, and we are ready to go, and we play a good, clean game, you have got to have gotten something out of that ball game. And so, Booneville's another one of those things. You know, even though tomorrow night it's all uncertain, they don't know us, we don't know them. There's no history. And so for us, it's just about going there and playing with an attitude, a chip on your shoulder, and playing a ball game and giving yourself a chance to win.
How are you going to attack the Pioneers? I mean, what is the game plan here?
Game plan wise is play good football. X and O wise, you know, that's all confidential information. So for us, we just have to block and we have to tackle. There's no secret recipe in football. If you can block and you can tackle and you can match them punch for punch, you're going to give yourself a chance to win.
You talked a little bit offensively about what they do now. What are you going to expect them to do defensively?
You know, I think they're a 4-4 team. Like most of the Big Eight, they're going to play a 4-based front. They may blitz a little bit. And we just need to be prepared for that. Running the offense that we run, we're so used to seeing a bunch of different fronts that once we get the adjustments made, our kids are fine. They do a nice job. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be about the front and what they give us. It's going to be about our execution. If we're able to be physical and execute, we're going to be just fine.
Now I want to talk about something else. This is the last year for the Big Eight. You got Booneville, you got Vincennes Lincoln, you got Washington on your schedule. Booneville and Washington both move to the PAC next year, Lincoln to the SIAC, and you definitely lose Lincoln. Are you going to be able to keep the other two teams, Booneville and Washington, on the schedule?
That's uncertain at this point. Lincoln's gone for sure.
Right.
So, you know, I don't really know. Again, this is one of those things that as late fall starts to roll around and football season starts to wind up, we'll know more. But as of right now, none of that's been released, so we're in the dark just as much as everybody else.
All right, I had to ask that question because it's kind of been on my mind for the last few days, and I just kind of was wondering. You know for sure the Lincoln's out because their whole schedule is taken up by the SIAC, but with the two-division PAC setup, there is still a chance that you could keep the other two, what will be former Big Eight teams, on the schedule.
Yeah, and again, that's up in the air because you don't know where that PAC schedule is going to go.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'll be, when we find out, it'll be a relief because changing football schedules is tough.
Absolutely. I mean, you probably work about 2 or 3 years out, right?
Oh, absolutely. Football schedules, like I said, finding one game in the middle of a football schedule is tough. Finding 3 is almost impossible.
7:30 the start time down in Booneville tomorrow night. You'll hear it right here on 105.7 The Ride and WUZR.com. Time for a senior spotlight. I want to hand it over to Ben Burke, if we could talk to him right now. If anybody can see what Ben Burke looks like, if you remember what Hank Williams Jr. looked like in the 1980s, Ben Burke is almost an exact replica today with the cowboy hat and everything. But all kidding aside here, Ben, you play on the offensive line. What is your job up there?
I'm really just there to snap necks and cash checks on both sides of the ball and just tear up anything I can.
So do you play on defense as well, or are you just
offense?
I do.
I'm both way starter.
What do you play on? What do you play on defense?
I'm a strong side tackle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you play in a 4. Do you play a 4 front at that tackle?
Yeah.
Now, when you're on defense, tell me, do you like to be able to? Do you ever get it to the quarterback and try to get your name in the paper and everything else?
I always try to, but I'm pretty slow up there. And Dylan's got them big long legs. He always beats me to the punch. Oh yeah.
My producer wife Dawn just said something and said, "Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?" That's the wrong Hank Williams. That's senior. But anyway, and Jimmy Buffett too, for that matter. But anyway, anyhow. But Ben, you talk about this as a senior. What are your plans? What do you plan to do after high school?
Me, I'm really not too sure what I want to do after high school, but whenever I'm really just focused all about football right now. I've played this since I was in the first grade, this sport means a lot to me, and it means a lot to everybody else, all of us seniors.
You got 11 seniors. Are you looking to play maybe on Saturdays, looking to play at the next level somewhere?
I'd hope to, but there's no one looking at me or anything.
Well, maybe we can change that as we get on through the season. Ben, you talk about Booneville tomorrow night. You're looking forward to playing the Pioneers just because of how big a school they are and the reputation?
I'm really just there to do the best I can, best of ability, and just snap necks and cash checks and drive Range Rovers.
He said, by the way, my wife said, okay, smart Alec, a country boy can survive. He said, tell him he's going to do great. So there you go. Ben, we appreciate it. Any final comments you wanted to talk about as you got the mic?
No, not really. I'm just excited to finish out my senior year. Just have a good time playing football with my boys for last year.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That is, ladies and he said, my wife said, congratulations, Ben. She's working as producer tonight. Thank you for that. Coach, let's talk about these 11 seniors. They really have been a joy all the way through to have here and on the program and everything else. And I'm hoping they've been just as good for you.
Oh, great group of kids. They've done everything it takes to be successful as they've grown into the program. And I've always said, as coaching goes, whenever I start losing the enjoyment of the off-season stuff and it becomes too much of a grind, that'll be when I hang it up. And with these guys, it's never been that way. We've been able to work in the off-season. We've been able to get with it. They've been fun to be around. Always been very, just a good-natured group. And they've always played hard. You never really had to doubt if they were going to play. And as a coach, you got to appreciate that because we got a lot of younger guys that are looking at them. And in practice, they're working. They work with the younger group.
Yep.
And so as a coach, I always have appreciated that. And when they move on, this program will have been better because they were here.
Let's talk about that younger group right now. You look like it, especially in the 7th and 8th grade and maybe in the younger guys as well. There is some talent on the way up.
Yeah, we got several kids that can play. Again, always excited. We're really trying to stay focused on, this year. But as a coach, you always have to watch and think and plan. And I think we got a lot of kids coming up. If we can keep the numbers up, we're going to be just fine, be competitive. And again, as football goes, there's always a timer on it when you're a player. Eventually you'll play your last game. And so we always try to make sure that we get them the most prepared and get them ready to go every week so they give themselves an opportunity to win.
Let's go and take a look at some final couple seconds left to go here in the Southwest Conference games coming up. Eastern will be taking on the Blue Jackets at Mitchell. Also, Washington at North Davies. So a couple of Southwest Big 8 Conference games coming up, in the North Central playing Deaf School tomorrow. That Washington North Davies game is going to be interesting because over the last couple of years, North Davies has been able to have Washington's number. And again, right now, it looks like North Davies on a very parallel track score-wise with what you guys are doing.
Yeah, North Davies played better football this year than they did last year. I'm not sure, again, I just look at scores. We'll watch film on them as it comes along. It seems like Coach Fine has them going in the right direction and that they're playing pretty quality football. So, again, a few weeks from now, we'll be right into the mix with them and, we'll be ready to give that game a whirl.
And week 8, by the way, that could be the week that determines the champion of the Southwest Conference.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens again. That'll be coming up in October in week 8. Big 8, Jasper at Heritage Hills stepping out of conference on the Wildcats, Mount Carmel at Princeton, the War on the Wabash, and at Vincent Lincoln at Mount Vernon. PAC games in conference, North Posey at Southridge. Also, Owensboro Catholic out of conference gets South Spencer. Tecumseh at Forest Park, Tell City at Pike Central. Saturday, Gibson Southern traveling to Indianapolis to take on Southport. Talking about going up divisions. I tell you what, that's 3 versus 6 in that one.
Yep.
And in the SIAC All-Conference, Castle at Bossy, Harrison at North, the Bishop's Bowl, Memorial at Mater Dei, and then Wrights at Central. So those are the games going on coming up tomorrow evening and on Saturday. As we wrap things up, keys to the game tomorrow night, we usually end up with that.
Got to continue to play sound football. I think if we can win the turnover battle, can you continue to be physical? We're going to give ourselves a chance to win.
All right, +3 to turnover battle last night. So let's get everybody around. They're already around pretty much. So let's go ahead and end up doing what we always do. So Let's get everybody in here on the count of 3. Are you guys going to do it? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah!
All right. We thank you for joining us. 7:30 tomorrow night. I'm going to check my crowd mic to make sure I have one tomorrow. And anyway, 7:30 start time. We're 24 hours away from kickoff right now. Join us tomorrow night on 105.7 The Ride, WUZR.com. North Knox taking on Booneville. Have yourself a great evening. We'll see you next week from the Bicknell McDonald's. This has been North Knox Tonight right here on 105.7 The Ride and WUZR.com.
Now the voice of the Warriors, Tom Lee.
Good evening, everyone, from Booneville High School. This is North Knox Warrior football right here on 97.7 Actually, we're on 105.7 The Ride, WUZR, and online at WUZR.com. Great to have you with us. Great to have Ed Elliott back once again. Ed, we're about ready now to hear the national anthem, so we'll do that, and then we'll talk about this game. It looks like we got a couple of seconds. I'm trying to figure it out here.
I know, that's it. About the time you try to figure it out, it's not going to work. But if they start, I'll stop. So it looks like they're getting ready now, Tom.
All right, let's go ahead.
I don't think this is going to be the national anthem, though, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, we'll
it seems a little strange unless there's a significant protest here by all the
PA announcer.
Fans. Yeah.
Exactly.
But this is a ball game, Tom. It's a long trip down here to Booneville, first of all. Temperature is pretty oppressive.
Yeah.
And there is a slight breeze that will be running to our right to left, so that should be of some benefit, but it's still, this is going to be really a tough ball game from the standpoint of dealing with the heat. And one aspect of this too, it's been years and years since North Knox has played Booneville.
Yeah.
So neither of these teams really know each other very much. So it's kind of a little bit of a learning experience, a feeling out at the start.
Well, we'll find out what happens. The Booneville Pioneers and North Knox Warriors both come in at 2-1 on the season. Booneville, though, last week just got blitzed by Jasper, 35-0.
Yeah, a little overconfidence maybe. You hope North Knox doesn't come into this game with that level of overconfidence, but Booneville got it handed to them. I think 35-0.
Yeah, 35-0.
Nothing. So they're coming back home. This is the Booneville homecoming, so they'll be really fired up and excited with that. And so North Knox is going to have a formidable 4A opponent.
And again, first time North Knox, as you mentioned, has been down here in quite a while. We will be back with the starting lineups in 2 minutes. This is North Knox Warrior football on WUZR, WUZR.com.
Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services in Bicknell is the hometown healthcare team you can always count on. As a local family-owned and operated healthcare facility, Guardian Angel takes great pride in serving you, your family, and friends. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services supports local organizations and events, businesses, schools, and youth sports. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services, where your care is their business. Have a great season, North Knox Warriors.
Hey everyone, this is Randy Hamelman of Hamelman Decal. Here at Laid Back Acres, located smack dab in the middle of Warrior Country, we're all Warrior strong. DeKalb and Asgrow seeds, with their proven yield potential and unbeatable disease packages, are great teammates for all your acres. Good luck this year to all our athletes. Hamelman DeKalb is a proud supporter of North Knox High School and Warriors athletics. See you at the game, Warrior fans. It's victory time.
Post frame buildings continue to pop up all over the area. And at Graber Post Buildings, they've been putting up buildings for over 40 years. Garages, pole barns, storage buildings, workshops, apartments, even indoor basketball courts, and some of the most attractive commercial buildings in the state. Every job is specific and unique to your wants and your needs. Graber Post also has packages for contractors and do-it-yourselfers. So for your next building or roofing project, call for a free quote at Graber Post, 800-264-5013.
Farming is a tough business that requires tough equipment. That goes for your irrigation system.
We're back at We're back at Booneville High School, and it's time now for the Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home game plan. And a good game plan is about preparation. Help your loved ones be prepared now with a pre-need funeral plan from Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Homes located in Vincennes and Bicknell. Tom, I think tonight, North Knox, they've got to be prepared to the onslaught at the beginning. You can bet that Booneville's going to come out here and try to assert their strength. They're a 4A school, jumped up 2 classes from where North Knox normally plays competition. So North Knox is going to have to be steady and withstand that first blitz that Booneville will put on them. And it's a good game plan, and it's really about preparation. And you'll have to help your loved ones be prepared now with a pre-need funeral plan from Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Homes located in Vincennes and Vic.
Time now for the starting lineup is presented by Save-A-Lot. A reminder, you can start saving up to 40% on your food bill with the trip to Save-A-Lot, 15th and Willow in Vincennes. For Booneville, they will start Jackson Phillips at quarterback. He is 6'2", 210, and a senior. Running back Devin Mockabee, 6 foot 170 and a junior. And Ed, you mentioned earlier, these are the 2 top runners on this team.
Yeah, Tom, they're a strong team, and they average. Mockabee averages 7.4 yards a carry, Tom, and Phillips also runs the ball a lot, their quarterback, and he averages 6.3 yards a carry. So both of them, they have a double threat, and that's going to be tough. North Knox is going to have to be really on their toes.
Wingback is Reed Overton, by the way. He's 5'9", 205, and a senior. Their wide receiver, Skylar Rodesil. He is 6 foot 180 and a junior. And also Tyler Scarborough at 5'9", 155 and a senior. The tight end Keller Harry at 6'1", 185 and he is a senior. Their interior line includes Chase Fellows at 5'7", 210 and a junior. Austin Fortune at 6 foot 265 and a senior. Also John Krantz at 5'11", 230 and a senior. And Blake Goins at 6'2", 275 and a senior. And the other starter, I believe, is going to be Thomas Hall, and he is a sophomore. Head coach of the Booneville Pioneers. Actually, I thought it was on the paper. It's not.
That's pregame prep there, Tom.
I tell you.
While you're looking, I'll tell you that
Darren Ward, by the way, is the
North Knox will get the ball first to start the game. Booneville won the toss, and they elected to defer to the second half. And North Knox will be looking directly into the west, into the sun, as the sun is setting. So that will make it a little bit tougher for them.
Darren Ward, by the way, the head coach of the Booneville Pioneers. North Knox, Reese Hamelman at quarterback, 6 foot 170 and a junior. His running back, Cole Richter, 5'7", 150 and a senior. Fullback, Zach Boyles, 5'11", 170 and a junior. Holman Dodes at a wing-back wide receiver spot, 6 foot 145 and a sophomore. Tight ends, Van Urbane at 6 foot 160 and a senior. And Troy Nolan at 6 foot 190 and a senior. The interior line, Trey Keller, 6 foot 240 and a senior, along with Jackson Stroud, 6 foot 215 and a senior. Ben Burke, 5'11", 250 and a senior. And also Ethan Haig at 6 foot 225 and a senior, and Big Trevor Carr, a 6'3", 310 and a senior. Josh Chambers, the head coach of the North Knox Warriors.
And Tom, it's just about time for the kickoff, and get a better pair of kicks for your feet. Get a custom fit at Grunman's Custom Footwear, 906 7th and Vincennes. And it looks like it's taking a little bit of time, Tom, to get the.
Looks like they're getting everything together. Their kicker, by the way, is Jake Rohrscheib. He is a 6'2", 180-pound junior. So North Knox with a couple players back. They will have Matt Urbane standing the furthest back, so we'll see what happens. The kick goes right down the right sideline. It's going to be picked up by an up-end at the 10-yard line, 15, 20, 25, and going to go down at the 30-yard line, and that will be Troy Nolan.
Yeah, pretty good return. They're going to have pretty good field position at about the 30.
So Troy Nolan got that one, took it back to the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors right there. So a nice tackle made by Booneville. Warriors will get it again, 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. One thing we've seen, Ed, is that in all games this year so far, North Knox has not been a real strong starting team.
Well, they'll certainly be tested tonight with this big Booneville defense.
So Reese Hamelman at quarterback, standing back about 5 yards back, and beside him is Cole Richter. Tight formation for the Warriors. Here's Hamelman. Reese going to give it off. Richter up the middle. He's going to get some yardage. He's through to the 35, to the 40, and down at the 41. 11 yards on the first run by the Warriors and a first down.
Yeah, it was a nice run. I think that's a direct plays. Just get to, just straight dive plays. Don't try to do too much.
Yep, went right up the middle. Nice trap blocking by the Warriors. First down at the 40. So 10 yards on that one. Reese Hamelman, again, with a very tight formation. Hamelman setting up, hands off again up the middle, and this time it's not going to be much. Maybe a yard. Yeah. They kind of stonewalled him right coming up the middle, so maybe a yard. If that, it'll be second down. We'll see where they put it. He may have gained about half a yard, no more than that, to Cole Richter to be second down. So give him a gain of about half a yard, no more than that. It'll be second down.
Well, you can see North Knox there in real tight formation, and you can see also with a 5-3 defense, Booneville's in tight too.
Here's Richter. He's got some yardage this time. No, he doesn't. No. He got outside, and then he just got wrapped up and brought down that time like Reed Overton. Got about a yard. It'll be third down. He looked like he had some yardage that time, but Reed Overton was able to come off and make a really nice tackle.
I think what you see, Tom, is that North Knox trying to stretch it out, get to the outside. Booneville does a good job of their defensive ends turning things in.
Third down for the Warriors, 3rd and 9. Reese Hamelman, again with a tight formation. Reese Hamelman, man of motion, Dodes. Holtman is going to be back to throw. He's going to roll out right. He's got some time. Now he looks. He's going to pump. He's going to run. He's going to get hit and brought down about the 44. So he gained about 3. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah.
Looked like he was looking for maybe Blake Long downfield that time, but he was covered pretty well, and the Warriors will kick it away on 4th and 6.
There was a chance for a short pass on the right side he was running to, but he decided just to hold it and go with it.
So Troy Nolan will kick it away for the Warriors. He's had a really nice year kicking the football, and back to return right now is Devin Mockabee.
Yeah, and he's really tough running the ball back on kicks too. Looks like they're going to try to go for it.
He got it away. Boy, nice did he get a great kick. Mockabee at about the 15-yard line, going to go to the 20. He gets away from one man, now two. Got away from Sharon.
4.
He's at the 35 and out of bounds. He'll go about the 38-yard line. Rhett Sharon had a shot at him about the 20-yard line and just couldn't bring him down.
Yeah, there were several of them. He's really an elusive runner, Tom. He is strong, and he's just, he's big too. I mean, Mockabee is 6 foot, 170 pounds.
So the Pioneers get it at the 42. They'll have it there 1st and 10. So the quarterback we mentioned will be Jackson Phillips, the senior at 6'2", 210. Phillips will set up. They're in the spread formation. 3 wide receivers, right? Going to hand up the middle. Mockabee, that time he gets hit and brought down after a couple of yards gained. Maybe not a whole lot to the 45.
I think about 4 yards.
Well, he got about 4. You're right on that one. They'll mark it down at the 46, and it's going to be second down and 6. 9:37 left to go in the first quarter. First possession for the Booneville Pioneers. North Knox able to get 1 first down, but got stopped trying to get the second one after a 10-yard first gain. So it'll be Jackson Phillips back at quarterback, and it'll be second down. The ball just short of the 46 to be second and 6. Here's Jackson, hands off Mockabee. Up the middle, he gets away from one man. He's going to be short of the first down, though, by about a yard. It'll be third down. They got about maybe 4 or 5 on that one. It'll be 3rd and 1. Some football sitting on North Knox's side now at the 48. Looked at Phillips. I looked at Phillips throwing it in the pregame, and he's got a pretty good arm.
Oh, he does. He does. But if you're running like they are right now, you don't need to.
So 5 on the 4 on the first one, 5 on that one. It'll be third down, empty backfield actually, with Phillips in the shotgun. Now he's going to hand off to Mockabee up the middle. He gets hit and brought down, and he's just got the first down. Got 1 yard. Blake Long did a really nice job of bringing him down, but they were able to get the first down. That moves the sticks, barely. And the ball in North Knox territory at the 47. So 3 straight runs to Mockabee that time have gained 11 yards and a first down. I should have given the tackle to Ethan Haig. So football to 47-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Booneville. Mockabee beside Phillips this time, or make that Jackson Phillips at quarterback. He's going to hand it off outside sweep. Not that time. They're going to get him, and they're going to bring him down. They got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Nice penetration by the Warriors that time to bring him down.
Yeah, that was, you could see that was just kind of a power sweep around their left side, Tom, and looked pretty good, but North Knox did a nice job of closing it.
Tyler Scarborough took that football, the jet sweep. He got a yard. He should have been brought down for about the loss of 3, but North Knox just couldn't bring him down. 2nd down and 9. Jackson Phillips with Mockabee beside him. Wide receivers out, 2 of them to the right. He's going back to throw. He fires it outside. Quick pass caught right down the middle of the field. 1st down. Down about the 35-yard line. Little slant in pattern. He's able to hit his wide receiver. Hunter Connor was the man who caught the ball, and it'll be a 1st down at the 35 for Booneville. So 2nd 1st down for the Pioneers.
That was a good crisp pass too, Tom.
Yep.
It wasn't,
really looked good.
Yeah.
Looked good.
It was real good execution of the pass pattern too. It was very broke it off quick.
Really squared, nice square end pattern there. Here's Phillips going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it himself. Jackson Phillips up the middle, 35-yard line, down about the 31. So got about 5 on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Actually give him a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. Thank you. At the 36-yard line, or 31, make that the 31. 8:40, actually 6:43 and counting in the 1st period. No score. First possession for Booneville. They've been very methodical moving the ball down the field. Mockabee back there with Jackson Phillips. Wide receivers this time out to the left. Going to hand it off outside. Mockabee's got some yardage. Open field, 20-yard line. He'll go down to the 21. So he's able to get the 1st down, 3rd of this drive for the Pioneers.
Good enough for the Pioneers.
So ball to 21. They're right outside the red zone now. Booneville moving the ball really well as they got the ball to 21. So the Booneville Pioneers will go 1st and 10 from the 21. No score, 6-10. Left to go here in this 1st period of play. Mockabee this time to the left of the quarterback. Phillips, 2 wide receivers out to the right. Going to keep it himself. He's going to go inside. He's going to get hit at the 15-yard line and go down about the 14. So we got about 6 on that one. So pretty basic. Actually gave him a gain of 7. Pretty basic what they're doing yet. I mean, there's nothing real fancy about it right now.
No, I mean, when they've got strong runners, and you tell their line is doing really a nice job too, Tom, of blocking. There wasn't anybody make contact with Phillips till he was down the field about 4 or 5 yards.
So 2nd down now. Give him a 2nd down and 3. Give him a 7-yard gain on that one. Here's Mockabee to the left of Phillips. Jackson Phillips going to hand it off up the middle. Mockabee that time going to get hit and brought down after a very short gain inside the 15 down about the 14. Maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Maybe 3rd and 3. So Mockabee goes up to the left side, ran right into Dylan Wolf. And when you run right into Dylan Wolf, you usually go down.
This could be another situation for a play action pass.
Yep. Well, we'll see what happens. They got wide receivers this time to him to the right. Here's Phillips. He's 1 for 1 passing. Phillips back to throw. He looks. He's going to fire it outside. It's incomplete. He threw it over the head. Actually threw it behind, make that his intended receiver. Coming back across.
Jackson Phillips pass intended for Mason Phillips.
Mason Phillips was the one who was the contender on that one. It was 4th and 3. So can the Warriors hold here? 4th down and 3. He threw that ball, same kind of pass play he was able to connect earlier. He just threw it behind him.
I think they'll run this time to probably the opposite side. They're going to run to the, let's see where, Mockabee, they're going to run to the left here, Tom.
Kind of an H-back formation with Mockabee back there, this time going under center. And if back to throw, he's going to tuck it under. He's going to try to run for the 1st down. He gets hit, and he's going to get the 1st down, I believe. He had to get to the 10. I think he got it.
Yeah, he did.
So he got it down to the 9-yard line. So 1st and goal for Booneville. 4:35 left to go in what has been a very quickly moving 1st period.
Well, everybody's keeping it on the ground or completing the passes.
Yep. They only have one incompletion. So it'll be a first down. It'll be first and goal Booneville. They'll have the football up at the 10. That's what they needed to get.
What are they doing, Tom? Is there a penalty?
I don't know. We'll find out. Referee's coming over. We'll see if there might be one. Dead ball foul, too, and it's going against Booneville.
You gotta be kidding. Ooh, man.
It's going against Booneville. So
that
we'll
is
see.
A big one.
You'll see, it's going to be a first down because it was after the play. It's a 15-yarder. But that was after the play, and it's going to be first down at 25.
Man, that's
first and goal, actually.
I just didn't see it, Tom. It happened so far away from us.
It's going to be first and goal and from the 24 because that was a 15-yarder after the call. It had to be some kind of an unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah.
So they'll set him at the 24, just inside, in fact, the 25, but he first and goal from there. Now whistle. We'll see what's going on here.
Oh, they're starting, or it looks like a timeout.
Look, a timeout possibly. We'll have to find out. Referees are conferring. I think they may be conferring over the spot of the ball.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So everybody breaks up, so I think we're ready. So no timeout taken.
Yeah, and they did move the ball, so they were right the first time.
Yeah, it looks like they're just confirming where it is. It's right in front of the 25 at the 24. Booneville, first and goal there. 4:27 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, giving everybody another deep breath.
Mockabee actually out this time. Wide receivers out, split out left and right this time. Now a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself. The quarterback, Phillips, he's going to get hit at the 20. Get away from that one. Goes straight forward. Fell into about the 19. It'll be second down from there. So Jackson Phillips gets the football inside the 20. Back in the red zone at the 19. It'll be second and goal. Tell you what, Ed, one thing about Phillips and Mockabee for that matter as well, very elusive runners. Second down a goal from the 19. Actually, going to put it down to 17, so give him a gain that time of about 7 yards. Second down, goal from the 17. Here's Phillips. Back to throw, steps back. He's going to look, he's going to fire it toward the end zone. Incomplete.
Good
Pretty decent coverage, yeah.
Reese Hamelman did a really nice job covering the split end on the right side. He came all the way across, Tom, and they were looking to get it to him.
Yeah.
And Reese Hamelman stayed with him.
Nick Wilkinson, by the way, the intended receiver on the left sideline, and as you mentioned, good coverage, and the ball wasn't really thrown that well either, I thought. May have been throwing it away.
I think he threw it away.
Yeah, he may have been throwing it away.
Yeah.
Third down, it's going to be at the 19-yard line. Third and goal from there after the 15-yard penalty. Wide receivers out right. Here's Phillips. Sets back to throw. He's going to look again. He's going to throw it into the end zone. He's got a man open, and it's a touchdown. Yeah, you could see that one right away. He really did. He hit the wide receiver that time coming out, Skylar Rudisill. So Skylar Rudisill gets the touchdown. That was a 17-yarder.
Somewhere there was confusion defensively. Holtman Dodds had him and then dropped off of him and came toward the middle of the field, then realized where he was and tried to recover, but it was too late.
3:23 left to go in the opening period. A play Booneville gets the first score.
It was a bad kick.
And a kick is no good, so.
It never got past the line of scrimmage.
So Trey Keller gets the block, and so the Booneville Pioneers lead it 6-0. We're back after this 30-second break. This is North Knox Warrior Football on 105.7 The Ride, Bicknell, WUZR, Bicknell, Vincennes, and WUZR.com.
A well-known Bicknell dentist is back and ready to serve you. Dr. Stephen K. Williams is accepting new and return patients at his office on State Road 67 in Bicknell. Dr. Williams wants to help you have your best smile. With decades of experience, he will help you just like he's helped me. I'm proud to call Dr. Stephen Williams my dentist and hope you will too. Dr. Stephen Williams back in Bicknell and waiting to serve you. Call 812-735-2020.
Back once again here at Booneville, and the Pioneers are ready to kick it off. And by the way, a reminder, if you're listening live, it's good to have you listen with us on WUZR.com. This kick is a short one, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So the Warriors should have pretty good field position.
Yeah, that was kind of a strange kick, wasn't it?
Yeah. I tell you what, you look at this offense from Booneville, and they were able to get the ball and move, methodically down the field, but it wasn't the, absolute all-out blitzing offense that you would expect. North Knox basically made a blown coverage, and that's how they scored.
Yeah, no, you're right. And so they're going to get the ball to the 35-yard line, Tom, to start this series.
Well, the Warriors have to do something. They got 10 yards on their first run, and after that, they've basically been stymied since.
Well, I think they've got to spread the field out just a little bit, and they are.
They are right now.
Like.
Holden Does, Blake Long, split out each side. Reese Hamelman with Cole Richter. Hamelman on first down at the 35-yard line. Reese. Out to throw it, and he's going to get it to Dodes. Holdman back up the middle, 40-yard line. He'll go down about to 43, so again, about 8 on that one, and the second down and short. Good move by Holtman Dodes, just being elusive that time and catching that football. So second down and short. That's Holtman Dodes' 7th catch of the year for over 100 yards so far in the season. Second down and 3 for the Warriors.
That was a nice crisp pass, too. Hamelman got it out to him in time where he could make a couple of moves.
Warriors second down and 3. Football sitting up at the 40, between the 42 and 43-yard line. So, Reese Hamelman with Cole Richter behind him. Wide receivers this time split out left, one to the right.
Blitz.
There's a handoff up the middle. It's going to be just short of the first down. He's about a yard short. Cole Richter tried to go through the hole that time and did it, but wound up about a yard short. Third down and 1. Warriors, they'll have the football to 44.
Well, if you remember last week, Tom, that Cole Richter started out kind of slow, seemed like they were keying on him.
Yeah.
But once he got his legs under him, he busted things open.
They'll go tight this time. Third down and 1.
This is a big down.
Here's Reese. Hamelman, hand up the middle. Richter, first down. He'll push his way forward to the midfield mark. Right there, he'll get the first down. North Knox is second. So the Warriors get the first down. 2:05 left to go in the first period of play. Warriors on the move at midfield, and it's Booneville leading at 6-0. 2 minutes, 1 second left to go and counting here in this first quarter. Warriors at Booneville at the midfield mark, 1st and 10, trying to make their first foray into Booneville territory. Reese Hamelman again, a very tight formation for the Warriors. Reese going to hand off Dodes. Holden, jet sweep up the middle, got some yardage down inside to Booneville 45, down to the 44. Nice quick hitter for the Warriors. He got about 6 on that one.
Yeah, good, nice move, or some cross action in the backfield, and Booneville was a little bit confused.
And I think the offensive line, Ed, they're underrated. This is a pretty big offensive line, and they're finally, I think, starting to really get their footing. Second down and 4. Reese Hamelman again, a tight formation for the Warriors. Richter beside him. And a motion, Holtman Dodes coming across, going to hand off the middle. Cole Richter, he's going to get knocked down at the 40, very close to a first down.
Going to be about a yard short, it looks like.
So they will give him, as you mentioned, about third and about half a yard. You got to get it to the 40. Actually, it's going to be a full yard. It's right at the 1. Under a minute left to go, first period of play. Booneville leading at 6-0. Third down and 1. Reese Hamelman with Cole Richter beside him. Hamelman. Hands off of the middle. Richter first down and more. 30-yard actually inside the 40 into the 35. So a third first down for the Warriors. And Ed, now that interior running game at the tight formation is really starting to pound a little bit.
Well, they're doing things a little bit different, Tom, from the standpoint it's not a direct dive play. It's like X action in the backfield, and Booneville is just not picking it up.
20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Let's see if North Knox will get one more play off before the end of the first period. Warriors on the move, down 6-0.
This is where you'd be ready for a pass, but I don't think they're set for it.
Hamelman going to hand it off up the middle. Oh, my word, he held on to it somehow and was able to get 2 or 3 yards out of it.
Yeah,
he almost lost it right behind his back, but he was able to hold on and got a yard out of it. Second down, that's the end of the first period. To the end of one period, we'll have Ed Elliott's spotless analysis of that when we return after this 1-minute break. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football on 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
Have a shoulder or knee bothering you? Hurting when you exercise or participate in sports? Painful when you're on the job or working around the house? Many shoulder and knee problems are treated with simple rehab. But when surgery is necessary, Dr. Terry Fenwick provides the latest outpatient arthroscopic techniques to reduce pain and recovery time so you can return to your work and activities faster. Don't let shoulder or knee pain get you down any longer. See Dr. Fenwick, a leader in sports medicine. Get answers, get results, get Quest Orthopedics on Willow Street in Vincennes.
Times will continue to change, and life's pace may even increase. But Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home and Wampler Shaw Chapel continues to serve the community since 1830 with 2 locations. Both funeral homes are locally owned with services to meet the needs of families of all faiths in a caring, traditional way. Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home at 6th and Vigo Street in Vincennes and Wampler Shaw Chapel, 118 Washington in Bicknell, proud to support our area youth sports programs.
2nd and 9 for the Warriors who start the second quarter. Ed, I'll tell you what, that was a really fortunate play because he had that ball behind his back that Cole Richter, and he just was able to bring it in.
Well, he did, but one good thing you see in that first quarter, North Knox came back after the quick score by Booneville, and now they're moving the ball. 2nd down and 9. Here's Reese. Hands off up the middle. Richter. Cole pushes his way forward past the 30-yard line. He'll be knocked back about the 29. It'll be 3rd down about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 5, actually. He gained a couple of yards, maybe 4 that time. 3rd down and 5. Warriors now down to the 29-yard line, so they're continuing to move. Well, this is a tough situation, Tom. North Knox has been able to get 3-4 yards pretty easily, but this one is a good 5 yards and a lot of pressure here. 4 down territory though for the Warriors at the 29. 3rd down and 5, so they got 2 to get it. Here's Reese. Hamelman gives it off the middle of Dotes. 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Warrior touchdown! Ed, you need to take that play and put it under deception because they completely fooled Booneville on that one. Well, Tom, I think one of the things that was really kind of interesting about it is there were some really good fakes that came out of the play. So the Warriors score on a 28-yard run by Holtman Dodes as the Warriors have now tied this game at 6 and pending a 2-point conversion to try to make it an 8-6 lead. What was it? Was it that? 11-13 second quarter. I believe it was a 28-yard touchdown run. So the Warriors going to come back over. Going to hand it off outside Nolan. Troy trying to get the end zone. He does. The 2-point conversion is successful by Troy Nolan, and the North Knox Warriors lead it by an 8-6 score. Well, it's again a nice play, and North Knox has the quickness, and they did an excellent job that time. They only have quickness, Ed. Like I said, they're a little bit bigger on the offensive line than the defense of Booneville. And so, again, the North Knox Warriors go in and score, and they lead 8-6. Now we need a good kickoff here, Tom. And we'll see. Troy Nolan will try to do it. Push Booneville back. And so once again, the North Knox Warriors lead it by an 8-6 score. So the Warriors, after that score, came back and did what they had to do. Excellent job. So the Warriors getting ready to kick it away. 11-13 left to go in the first half of play. Warriors lead at 8-6. Man back for the two of them back, actually. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to go on the sideline. It's going to go out of bounds about the 24-yard line. And is there a late flag? And that was, if that's what I think it is, Tom, that is a bad. Yeah. Because I thought a North Knox player was pushing, but was he pushing? Well, what happened, the player jumped up to block him, and he just ran into him. Yeah. And they're going to end up giving him, I'll bet you, 15 yards. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're going to call it unnecessary roughness. Well, that was a terrible call, Tom. I mean, you can't. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's not two-hand touch. Exactly. I mean, the guy stepped up there to block the North Knox player. He did not go through the player. he just ran into him.
From the 24 to the 39 is where it goes. Pioneers will have it right there at their own 39, 1st and 10. Warriors lead this game 8-6.
Well,
11-11 left in the half.
Well, that it balances out to one that North Knox got earlier, I guess. On Booneville.
So the football, Jackson Phillips going to go back to quarterback, and Devin Mockabee beside him. Wide receivers now, 2 of them out to the right. Going to go back to throw, fires a little pass outside. It's going to be down about the 36-yard line. He lost about 3 or 4 yards. Went outside that time to Nick Williams, and Williams really wasn't ready. He kneeled down anyway, so the play was over, and North Knox made sure of it after that. 2nd down at 14.
Well, in order to catch it, Tom, he had to get down almost on the ground.
That was a low pass, you're right.
Yeah, it was not a very well thrown pass.
10:47 left to go in the half. Warriors lead at 8-6, and Booneville now make it a 2nd and 13, so he lost 3. Devin Mockabee back there as well.
This has got to be a run to the left for Mockabee.
Here's Phillips. He's going to hand it off to Mockabee outside right, 40-yard line. Gets hit and brought down. He got about 10 of it back.
Yeah.
He's 3rd down about 4. That was really well blocked. Mockabee got a good head of steam up that time, and he got a good hit on the end of it. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. So we got about 9.
He's a heck of a runner, Tom. He's extremely strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6 foot 170, but you look at him and he runs bigger than that.
3rd down and about 4 for the Booneville Pioneers. Warriors lead at 8-6. Here's Phillips. Mockabee beside him again. He's going to roll outside this side. Jackson going to roll out, look for the first down. He's got it at the midfield mark. He'll go down at the 48. So he needed about 4. He got about 6, and the 5th first down of the game now for the Pioneers. Really well blocked that time. They're able to get it outside to the left, to their left. They got the first down. So ball at the North Knox 49. 10-16 left to go in the first half of play. Get North Knox leading it right now 8-6. So Booneville coming to the line of scrimmage at the 49. Once again, Devin Mockabee this time to the right of Phillips. Jackson Phillips about 4 yards back. Phillips hands off Mockabee this time. He's going to throw it outside, incomplete. Threw it short of his intended receiver. That time he was going for Hunter Connor and Levi Brocksmith. And I don't know what that may have been on Booneville. We'll see. They were kind of chicken fighting over there a little bit. And that may be on Booneville. That ball was way short.
Well, it was after the play.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought maybe that pushed that time on the Booneville player, but we'll see. Looks like they are going to move it against him. We'll find out. Dead ball foul, personal foul, Booneville. Yep. I saw that push, Ed, and that's exactly what it was. To 2 penalties, 15 yards for the Pioneers. It's 2 penalties for 30 yards, and it almost cost them a touchdown the first time, and this time they're going to be all the way back. It's going to be 1st and 25.
Well, you would think they would be a little more disciplined with
or 2nd down again.
That kind of thing, but I don't know. It's that sure helps North Knox for sure.
2nd down at 25 now. Ball at the 35. I thought that was a first down play, Ed. 9:42 left to go in the half.
Well, that's why this is 2nd down.
Well, I thought that the penalty was, okay, I know why. It's a dead ball foul. Okay.
Yeah.
So Phillips, Mockabee beside him. Back to throw. Phillips looks. He stops. He's going to throw it long downfield. He's got a man open at midfield. He'll go down there, and it'll be a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, same thing they ran earlier, Tom. And that time, Maurice Hamlin couldn't keep up, and no pressure on the quarterback.
So he gained a lot of it back. He gained about 12 of it back, but it's still 3rd down now at the 49. 3rd down and 11. So he gained 14 of it back, but it's 3rd down and 11. Jackson Phillips. North Knox has done a pretty decent job so far this season of rushing the passer, but like you said today, it hasn't happened.
No, he had a lot of time to throw at that time.
So Phillips on 3rd down, wide receivers 3 out to the left. He's looking back to throw, fires a little touch pass. Caught it! Oh, what a hit! 3 yards downfield, and Holtman Dodes absolutely laid the wood to Nick Wilkinson, 4th and 9.
Yeah, Wilkinson said, who was in that train?
And I tell you, Holtman Dodds is only 145 pounds, but boy, he got a real nice stick on him that time. 4th down. And it looks like a punt going to come, and Phillips is their punter. So the Warriors hold with an 8-6 lead.
Well, the first time we've seen a punt.
That's exactly right. Nolan made one earlier. Now Phillips will do one, so one punt for each team. Here's Phillips. Getting the football. Kind of a low snap. He's going to take almost blocked. High in the air, though. It's going to go down, and it's going to take a bounce.
What a roll.
What a bounce for Booneville.
Oh, man.
All the way inside the 10-yard line, down about the 8. Boy, that was just, I mean, he got that ball high in the air that time. Really nice kick.
Yeah, it was.
It got about 15 yards roll.
I think he kicked it high in the air because he thought it was going to get blocked.
Yeah, but North Knox was there. He had 3 people there and almost got that one. So the football's sitting back inside, in fact, the 5-yard line down to, actually, they're calling inside the 10 at the 8. So the Warriors have it at the 8-yard line. 8:34 left to go in the opening half of play. 8-6 Warriors lead it. So see if North Knox can do something here on the 8. 1st and 10. Reese Hamelman. Hands off up the middle. It's going to be a short gain past the 10, maybe to the 11 for Cole Richter. It'll be 2nd down. Actually, give him a gain of 2, maybe. 2nd down from there.
Cole Richter on the carry.
So live at Bennett Field this evening at Booneville. 8:16 left to go in the first half of play. Warriors have it 2nd down near the 10.
This is where North Knox had used, they've been running it well enough they could almost have a play action pass here and try to get the ball down the field, get a little breathing room.
It is a tight situation. We'll see if they try it, though. 2nd down, Richter. Going to keep it. Hamelman outside. No, it's going to go right side up the middle of the field. Nice run. Again by Holtman Dodds. 1st down. All the way out to around the 20-yard line. So Holtman Dodds, once again, they did that little deception play in, and it worked out perfectly. 1st down for the Warriors. I tell you what, Holtman Dodds on that jet sweep has just been magnificent so far. He scored a touchdown, got some good yardage on that one. So 1st and 10, Warriors at the 23, so they got themselves out of trouble. Now that opens up the playbook, let's see if they might consider going to a pass play. Here's Reese. Hamelman 1st and 10 at the 23. Nope, going to run it himself. Now he's going to look to throw. He fires it downfield, incomplete. Knocked down that time nicely. He's looking for Holtman Dodds and is knocked down by Colin Wolf.
Yeah, again, it's a little bit of not a very good pass route, Tom. They kind of went down and did a curve instead of a good down and out.
Yeah. That's one thing I know that you've been talking about with the Warriors for a long time is the need to maybe run better pass routes. So we'll have to see if that may improve. 2nd down now. Reese Hamelman about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Reese. And in motion, Richter. Going to hand it off inside again. Dodds. Holtman that time going to get hit and brought down about the 26-yard line. Got about 2, and it'll be 3rd down. Actually, give him more than that. Give him a gain of 3. 3rd and 7. 7-10. Left to go in the half. Warriors lead at 8-6. Both teams have scored once. By the way, the touchdown, $20 more for Champions Together. Presented by First Vincent Savings Bank, your real community bank with 2 locations in Vincennes. Hamelman. 3rd down and 8. And in motion, Holtman Dodds. And a whistle. They're going to call an illegal motion, I think.
don't know who they're going to call it on. Yeah,
either a fight or a false start. They call an offside. Okay.
Yeah.
So that play that Holtman Dodds made, he's been so successful, Ed, that they bid on that fake going the Dodds across.
They were going to get and probably a little bit of the inflection of Reese Hamelman's voice helped a little bit as well.
That moves it to a 3rd and 2, maybe a 3rd and 2.5. So a very makeable 3rd down for the Warriors now. 3rd down and about 2.5, maybe 3. 8-6 Warriors, 6:40 left to go in the first half of play. Reese Hamelman on 3rd down and 3. Cole Richter beside him. Hamelman. It's going to hand off jet sweep outside. It's going to be Dodds. He'll get hit and brought down, short, and he may be short. It's going to be very close. Yeah. It's going to be pretty close.
I don't think he made it.
Brought down before the 1st down by the Pioneers.
So they're going to call it short. We'll see where they put it.
And who carried it, Tom?
Holtman Dodds carried that one.
I was watching lineman blocking and missed that.
At the 38-yard line, it's going to be 4th down and 1. 6:02 left to go in the half, and the Warriors are going to go. Warriors are going to go for a 4th down and 1. Big gamble here. Handoff up the middle. It's going to be to the 1st down, and I believe he got it. He did.
Yeah,
all the way to the 35. Cole Richter, boy, that was a gutsy play, and the Warriors, it paid off for them. They got the 1st down.
Well, it was quick setup, no huddle. They were right off the ball quickly.
So good gamble by the Warriors at the 35. 5:47 left to go in the half. Warriors 1st and 10 at their own 35. That was a huge gamble. Reese Hamelman this time with Cole Richter behind him. Wide receivers out both sides. Here's Reese. Back to throw, quick pass, and it's caught by Holtman Jones, 40-yard line, near the 45. You got him at 8. 2nd and short. Nice quick pass that time out of Reese Hamelman to Holtman Jones. And that was, North Knox really doing a good job now of stretching things out.
Yeah, I think mixing up a little bit and throwing that shorter pass. Booneville can't just put everything inside.
Yep. 2nd down and 2, ball to 43. By the way, Reese Hamelman comes in 16 of 28, 321, 107 yards a game, and a quarterback rating out of 103.4. So Reese Hamelman, 2nd down and about 2. Here's Reese. Hamelman hands it off. No, he's going to keep it himself. He's going to get hit that time and brought down about a yard short. He wound up right in the arms that time of Elias Four.
I just think that may have been a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, he got 1 yard. He needed 2. He got 1. Got about half of it. 3rd down and 1. Clock continues to run. 4:25 left in the half. North Knox still leading at 8-6. They tried it last time, Ed. If they don't get it here, you'd think they want to go on 4th again, especially if the clock's starting to run down. We'll see if they don't get it here, though. Here's Reese.
Well, they're all piled in there for Booneville.
Boy, they're tight,
expecting a run.
Warriors are tight, too. It's going to be handoff outside. Here's Richter, 1st down, midfield, still on his feet.
Man.
Oh, he just barely stumbled. And if he doesn't stumble, he maybe gets 6.
Yeah, you're right. He looked pretty darn good, Tom.
He got tripped up coming through that second line, and if he would have stayed on his feet, he would have been to the races.
Yeah.
Warriors into Booneville territory.
Yeah, but that was still a nice 8-yard run.
Warriors get it 1st and 10 in Booneville territory at the 46. 3:46 and counting. First half make that. Warriors up 8-6. So North Knox right now, just both teams want to play ball control offense, and North Knox doing it just a little bit better. Here's Reese. Hamelman. Hands off up the middle. It's Rhett Sharon. Not that time. Right at the line of scrimmage, and Rhett Sharon gets knocked down.
Yeah.
Came in to, actually may have lost a yard, came in to spell Cole Richter. And they're going to move it back, so he got to the line of scrimmage. No gain, 2nd down. 3:12 left to go in the first half of play. Boy, I tell you what, he ran into 3 different Pioneers. So the first run of the game by Rhett Sharon, he's still in there too. So they're having confidence in the sophomore. Came in averaging 15 yards a carry. Spread formation now, 2nd down. Sharon still out there behind Reese Hamelman in the pistol. Reese. Back to throw. Looks out left. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's caught at the 40-yard line and down near the first down. What a hit.
That was late, too, it looked like to me. He
threw it down to Zach. Threw it to Zach Boyles. Only his 2nd catch of the year. He gets about 9 on that one. 3rd down and 1. 2:40 left to go. Clock stopped as he was knocked out of bounds. 3rd down and 1. Good catch by Zach Boyles.
It was. He looked like he bobbled it just a bit, but he kept focus.
And here comes Cole Richter. Rhett Sharon will come out. Cole Richter now back in on 3rd down and 1. Got a little bit of a rest. We'll see if that helps.
Well, may have had a little equipment issue or something, too.
Here's Reese Hamelman. 3rd down and 1. Hand off, it's going to be outside Richter. He's got some yardage, 1st down. He's going to be poured back at the 35 of Booneville, but another Warrior 1st down, Ed. There's 7th.
Yeah.
All at the 35-yard line. Warriors 1st and 10, 2:34 left to go. Good clock management by the Warriors as well right now. Clock continues to run, 2:30 left in the half. Booneville starts with the ball, by the way, in the second half. Here's Reese Hamilton. Warriors just continuing that ball control offense that got it into Booneville 35. Here's Reese. Hamilton now man in motion. Tobin Dodds. He's going back to throw. He looks. He fires it downfield. Flag is down though, and it's incomplete.
Yeah.
He has a tendency to overthrow his receiver, and I tell you what, he had Troy Nolan dead to rights down that sideline.
Looks like it's going to be, I think, against North Knox, but I'm not sure.
It's in the area, maybe a clip, if I read it correctly. We'll find out. If it's a clip, that's a big one, too.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll see what it is. It's either a hold or a clip, maybe a block below the belt. We'll find out.
It might have been a chop block. I couldn't tell.
It is.
Yep.
Illegal chop block. Well, he pointed to Booneville, but it's on North Knox. So moving back to the 45. That's a 10-yard penalty, 1st and 20.
The one thing about Nolan is, Tom, he has a tendency, too, to kind of slow up a little bit.
Yep.
At the end of his route. He needs to keep going his regular speed, but he's done that a couple of times this year, I've noticed.
And all the plays he's been overthrown, so Ed, you may have a pretty good point. 1st down and 20. Ball at the 45. They got to get down to just before the 25. 1:50 left to go in the half. Warriors lead at 8-6.
Well, he's almost off sides.
Wide receivers do him outright. Warriors split out now in the spread formation. Back to throw. Reese Hamilton going to roll out right. He's going to try to get away. He will. He throws it downfield, and it's caught. Caught right there by Holtman Dodds down at the 40-yard line. So he got about 5 of it back. So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Get 4-down territory for the Warriors, and time becoming really the essence now. 1:26 left to go. They still got plenty of it, though. 2nd down and 15. That should call the ball up at the 41, so it will be 2nd and 14.
Well, they do need to pick it up just a little bit with their play calls, I'm afraid.
So here's Reese. Hamilton, 2nd down. They still got all their timeouts. Going to be an inside handoff. Dodds. Holden's got some yardage. He's going to get tripped up at the 30-yard line. He got a lot of it back, though. He got about 12 of it. It'll be maybe 11 of it. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
Knox.
And the Warriors will take a timeout. So it'll be 3rd down and about 4. Under a minute left to go in the half. 53 seconds. We'll be back after this 30-second break. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football on 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
Does your staff work on their feet all day? Do their feet hurt all day? Do they have trouble getting to the shoe store to purchase their work shoes? Well, let us come to you. Hi, this is Tracy from Grunman Shoes, 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes, and we have gone mobile. We can now bring our quality, service, and selection to you. Call us today at 1-800-726-4770 for more details on us helping you have happier, healthier employees. Grunman, your footwear specialist since 1929.
3rd down now. It'll be 3rd down and 6, Ed. And I tell you what, we mentioned this during the break. Holtman Dodds right now on 6 carries has 53 yards, so about a 9 yard a carry clip.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of change of pace. It's like these teams look for Cole Richter, but they don't realize how much Holtman Dodds can run the ball.
Yeah, and Reese Hamilton also has done a really nice job of faking as well. Look for him to run it before long. 3rd down and 6 for Reese Hamilton. Reese going to hand it off Dodds. Holtman trying to get outside Dutch. 30-yard line. Going to go inside 25 to the 20. Still on his feet to the 10. He'll go inside to the 9 and into the end zone. Touchdown. Warrior touchdown.
No flags.
Holtman Dodds takes it 31 yards to the end zone and his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Man, Tom, that was set up so well, and the blocking just continued from North Knox, and the offside line got down, and they were making blocks ahead of him. So that just tells you right there, North Knox, the execution on the play has just been excellent.
They're going to try for 2 again. Last time, Troy Nolan was able to take the ball into the end zone, so the Warriors again setting up to the left side. Holtman Dodds, by the way, is a long snapper. I think they may be taking a timeout. Or we'll find out. No, they're not. Now they're going to set it up. They're going to try for the extra point, the straight one.
You think so, but I don't know. Booneville's certainly going to try to block it.
Well, they're not going to get it off either. It's going to be a delay of game. Unless they get the timeout, we'll see. Did they get the timeout? Did they get the timeout?
I'm not sure. I don't.
Nope, delay of game.
Delay of game. I'm just a little bit confused there. I think somebody wasn't watching the clock.
3 penalties, 30 yards now on the Warriors, and that'll make it now a 25-yard extra point. Dodes kicked a 24-yard field goal last week, so he does have the leg for it. Here's the kick. It's in the air, and it's going to be, is it through? It is. He got it through. Man. Barely. He got it through.
Oh, I would have bet you $5 that was short, Tom.
Boy, that was on a line drive.
Yeah.
I mean, I could still see right now where they were scraping paint off of that crossbar.
Right.
That was about maybe 10.5 feet.
That ball has a longitudinal yellow stripe on it. I promise you.
15-6, Warriors lead it. They'll kick it away with 43 seconds left to go.
Man.
So North Knox up by 9.
Well, they just wanted to back it up to make it fair.
Warriors lead it now 15-6, 43.8 seconds left to go. And Holtman Dodes has been a real surprise package, especially for Booneville this game.
And they've got Maccabee back deep. He's one of the ones that is, I would definitely kick it away from him.
And also back there, I believe, is Tyler Scarborough.
Yeah.
So Warriors will kick it away. 43 seconds left to go in the half. They're going to squib it, and I don't blame them either. It's going to be pumped out. It's going to be fumbled, and they cover up on it at the 32-yard line.
Jonathan Pullen fields the kick.
Well, North Knox has got to play tough here. You can bet that Booneville is going to air it out. And Jackson Phillips has the arm.
Yeah, we saw it earlier. He definitely has the ability, but his accuracy has been a little bit short in this game.
Well, North Knox needs to really put the pressure on from the defensive line.
1st and 10. The football sitting up at the 34-yard line, so 41 seconds left to go in the half.
Maccabee's a heck of a runner, so you can't just play your, prevent defense and give them too many yards.
They only were bringing 4 back to throw. We're going to throw it outside. It's going to be caught up the middle of the field. And at the 40-yard line. And a fumble. Did the Warriors get it? They did. They're going the other way. And Holtman Dodes gets it again. Down at the 25-yard line. So the Warriors get the fumble, and Holtman Dodes puts him back at the 25.
And, Tom, that's a turnover. That's a Quest turnover.
Go ahead.
I was trying to find my sheet. I can't
Skylar Rudisill, while you're getting, I want to say Skylar Rudisill caught the pass, coughs it up, and Holtman Dodes, who's been everywhere in this game, gives the Warriors a chance with 28 seconds left to go at the 25-yard line. That turnover, by the way, presented by Quest. Ed, go ahead.
And turn over your injury rehabilitation to Dr. Terry Fenwick at Crest Orthopedics. Get answers, get results, get Quest.
By the way, the last touchdown for the North Knox Warriors, another $20 for Champions Together from First Vincennes Savings Bank with 2 locations in Vincennes.
North Knox has time.
28 seconds left to go. Hamelman going to hand it off inside, and not much.
Didn't make it there.
Well, I tell you what, he ran into a stone
Timeout.
wall. That'll be a timeout. Oh, that's the second. Warriors still have 1. They handed off to Zach Boyles that time, who got pounded. He lost about 2 on that one. It'll be second down. With the timeout for the Warriors, we'll go ahead and keep it here. And a reminder, as we mentioned earlier, North Knox now $40, and it's for Champions Together. That is a North Knox effort to team up athletes with kids with special needs for sports. And it's presented by your real community bank, First Vincennes Savings Bank, 2 locations in Vincennes, and now a flag down. I don't know what that's all about. Got a flag down at the 31. I don't know what that's about. It's coming out of the timeout.
Well, it's over here on this side.
Was it a bench violation?
Evidently, that's what it was. So
on Booneville.
Well, I think what happened, they had too many players in the huddle when they were calling during the timeout. If you have the timeout on the field, you can't have that many players.
So they're going to mark it off, or they're going to pick it up?
Maybe that's a warning. I'm not sure.
Yep, that's what they did. They called it. They called a warning. So, yeah, that's a warning. Yep. He threw the flag, but it's a sideline warning. Hamelman, second down and 12. Reese. Warriors up 15-6. Hamelman back to throw. Looking, rolls out right. Throws it, fires it, caught. Down the sideline and out of bounds. Got a short gain that time, but it's going to be 3rd down and makeable. 3rd down and 70 at Troy Nolan. And another timeout, Warriors. So 3rd timeout for the Warriors now. 13 seconds left to go in the half, Ed. North Knox leads at 15-6. So Ed will keep it here. A reminder coming up at halftime. It will be the First Vincent Savings Bank halftime report. Right now, Ed, regardless, unless something unknowable happens, the Warriors are going to have the lead going into the half.
Oh, I think so, unless they have a turnover. That
Even
turnover
at that, it'd still be ahead.
Yeah, that turnover was really a big one.
And Coleman Dodes, what a first half. I can't imagine a kid playing any better than he has.
No, he's done a nice job. The only drawback is he gave up that touchdown, when he got the
well, he's made up for it in Spain.
Yeah, so he definitely has made up for it.
Here's Reese Hamelman in the backfield. Zach Boyles. No, actually Richter make that. Cole Richter behind him. So we'll see what happens now. Third down and about 8. 18 seconds left to go. Here's Reese. Throws it over the field. It's going to be caught by Richter.
That's
and
a horse collar.
Spin move down to the 25 to the 15. And then they get the horse collar.
You'd think they didn't call it.
6.7 seconds left to go. Let's see if Reese will spike it. He will.
It's not time.
And he didn't get it off in time. That's the half.
I can't believe they didn't. They missed a horse collar tackle on Richter.
15-6, Warriors lead it at halftime. We're back with the Guardian Angel. Actually, we're back with the First Vincent Savings Bank halftime report. We'll do that in 2 minutes. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football right here on 105.7 The Ride and WUZR.com.
Get big meat savings at your Vincent Save-A-Lot. Fresh boneless chicken breast is $1.49 a pound, and fresh beef boneless chuck roast is $3.99 a pound. Also, local seedless watermelons are $2.99. Local cantaloupes are 2 for $3, and canned vegetables are 3 for $1. Amazing quality, fantastic prices, satisfaction guaranteed, or 100% money back. Savings are made easy at your Vincent Save-A-Lot, where bananas are only 39 cents a pound every day.
Hey, it's John Yoakum here at Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This month, we want you to be able to drive home in the newer pre-owned vehicle that you have been looking at. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, we have you covered with the best finance department in the area. We strive for 100% approval with little or no money down to get you in a reliable vehicle for a payment that you can afford. Don't go anywhere else. Come see us today and put us to the test. That's Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just off Hart Street next to Kohl's and Vincent's. Hey, it's John Yoakum here at Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to let you know that this month we have teamed up with Helping His Hands to do a canned food drive. We are offering a conventional oil change plus a free 24-point inspection for just $24.95 when you bring in 5 canned food items or more. We haven't left out you diesel or synthetic oil change vehicles. Bring them in with your canned foods and receive $15 off your oil change. There's no appointment necessary, and help us fill this Ram truck up with canned foods for Helping His Hands. That's Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just off Hart Street next to Kohl's and Vincent's.
A well-known Bicknell dentist is back and ready to serve you. Dr. Stephen K. Williams is accepting new and return patients at his office on State Road 67 in Bicknell. Dr. Williams wants to help you have your best smile. With decades of experience, he will help you just like he's helped me. I'm proud to call Dr. Stephen Williams my dentist and hope you will too. Dr. Stephen Williams back in Bicknell and waiting to serve you. Call 812-735-2020.
Back once again as we continue here at Booneville High School at Bennett Field, and the Warriors right now lead it 15-6 over the Booneville Pioneers. You're listening to the First Vincent Savings Bank halftime report. Now more convenient for you, First Vincent Savings Bank with 2 locations on 6th Street and on Kimmel Road in Vincennes. Ed Elliott, I tell you what, North Knox, you said earlier you thought they had to get on them early. They didn't quite do that. But after that first drive, they did what they needed to do to get a lead, and I think it's going to be very helpful for them.
Well, I agree, Tom, but I indicated early on that first homecoming enthusiasm and onslaught that would come from Booneville, they have to weather that, and then after that, things will settle down, and that's exactly what happened. Booneville scored quick, and then from then on, it's really been downhill for Booneville.
So once again, the North Knox Warriors leading it right now at halftime, 15-6. The scores, the first score of the game came from Booneville, as a matter of fact, as Skylar Rudisill got a 17-yard pass play from Jackson Phillips in a play where Holtman Dodds missed an assignment, and I'll tell you why I say that here in a second. And the kick was blocked him into a 6-0 lead, but then Holtman Dodds made up for it, and boy did he ever. A 28-yard touchdown run with 11:13 left to go in the first half, made it 8-6. And then with 43.8 seconds left to go, a 31-yard run by Holtman Dodds, and he got the extra point for good measure. And the Warriors lead at 15-6. First downs, North Knox 7, Booneville with 5. Booneville, the only team in the red zone. They scored the one time they were there. Turnovers, one big fumble for the Pioneers. North Knox, so the time ran out of him in the half. Penalties, 3 for 30 for the Warriors and 3 right now for 25 for the Booneville Pioneers.
All right, Tom, when we look at the individual statistics for Booneville, Devin Mockabee, he carried the ball 6 times for 30 yards. Jackson Phillips, he carried it 1 time fewer. He had 5 carries for 30 yards. Tyler Scarborough carried it once for a yard. So Booneville only had 61 yards on the ground in the first half. Jackson Phillips, he threw the ball 8 times for a total of 41 yards. So Booneville has 61 yards rushing, 41 yards passing for 102 yards rushing and passing in the first half. And for North Knox, Cole Richter, he carried the ball 14 times. He has the most carries of any of the North Knox players for 55 yards. Holtman Dodds, a little more efficient, I guess you might say. He carried it 7 times for 84 yards. Really did an outstanding job. Then Rhett Sharon, he carried it once for no yards. Zach Boyles carried it once for -2. Troy Nolan carried once for 3 yards. And Reese Hamelman carried twice for a total of 4 yards. North Knox has 144 yards rushing in the first half. Passing, 6 attempts for 32 yards for North Knox. So North Knox has 144 yards rushing, 32 yards passing for 176 yards rushing and passing versus 102 for Booneville.
So once again, you're at halftime right now. We've got about 13 minutes left to go before the third period of play. When we come back, we'll have the Dr. Stephen Williams, halftime adjustments, and we'll get you ready for the third period of play. We'll do that in 1 minute. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football right here on 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
Irrigation is not one size fits all. Turn to the irrigation professionals at Ileana Irrigation, your local Reinke dealer, for the customized irrigation solution you need to improve your yields and increase your profits. With various pipe choices, sizes, and span lengths at their disposal, Ileana Irrigation can design, install, and service a durable Reinke pivot to fit any field and any budget. Call Ileana Irrigation today to learn how a customized Reinke irrigation system can benefit your farming operation. Reinke, more right than rain, and Ileana Irrigation, your local irrigation experts.
Does your staff work on their feet all day? Do their feet hurt all day? Do they have trouble getting to the shoe store to purchase their work shoes? Well, let us come to you. Hi, this is Tracy from Grunman Shoes, 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes, and we have gone mobile. We can now bring our quality, service, and selection to you. Call us today at 1-800-726-4770 for more details on us helping you have happier, healthier employees. Grunman, your footwear specialist since 1929.
We're back once again here at Booneville High School and at Bennett Field. Right now, 15-6 Warriors lead it at the end of one half of play, along with Ed Elliott. I'm Tom Lee. And Ed, before we get into what's coming up next week, I wanted to mention quickly, games going on tonight. It's presented by Yoakum Chrysler Dodge. A reminder, you can score big with your next car purchase at Yoakum Chrysler Dodge, just off Hart Street in Vincennes. Southwest Conference tonight, Eastern at Mitchell. Big game going on tonight at Davies County, Washington at North Davies. And in the Big 8 this evening, Jasper at Heritage Hills, Mount Carmel at Princeton, and Vincent's Lincoln at Mount Vernon. We'll hope to have a score on that one in a couple of minutes. And again, I mentioned Washington, North Davies. In the PAC tonight, North Posey at Southbridge, Owensboro Catholic at South Spencer, Tecumseh at Forest Park, Tell City at Pike Central. Tomorrow, Ed, we mentioned this earlier, Gibson Southern traveling to the south side of Indianapolis to take on the Southport Cardinals. And in the SIAC in Evansville tonight, Castle at Bosse, Harrison at North, Wrights at Central, and the Bishop's Bowl tonight, Memorial at Mater Dei. So I wanted to mention those, by the way, presented by Snyder. Actually, they're presented by Yoakum Chrysler Dodge, just off Hart Street in downtown, actually in Vincennes, just off Hart Street near US 41. Ed, big event coming up next Friday night.
It is homecoming for North Knox. Tonight was homecoming for Booneville, but North Knox is going to have some really outstanding things for the homecoming next week. They're going to have tailgating. It's going to start at 5 o'clock in North Knox, and they're going to be doing a lot of that in the practice football field, Tom. So they'll have room for all the parking and all the people that'll be there. And they're going to have food trucks. The junior high student council is going to have a stand. They're going to have shaved ice. The cheerleaders are going to have a face painting booth. Tom, I tell you what, I remember you had your face painted one time back a while back.
2005 tournament, Ed, and I did the game like that.
You should do that again coming up for homecoming. It might help things.
2005 regional round, I'll never forget, because Chad White and Luke Anderson did it up, and they did a really nice job.
And Tom, Champions Together, as you mentioned, the charity that is being supported, they're going to be selling bracelets. Remember, bring your lawn chairs, any kind of pop-up tents you might have. Classes need to use that time to, mingle with each other. Then Saturday, they've got a big golf scramble that's sponsored by the North Knox baseball team. It's going to be at the High Point Golf Course. Teams of 4 are $200. You can register at the golf course up until noon that day of the play, and the tee-off is at 1 p.m., and I think they're going to have baseball players that will be trying to catch the ball as you hit it off the first tee. So they're going to get a little practice in.
Oh, perfect.
Then also Saturday night, there's going to be a big alumni mixer, and that's going to be at the Bruceville Rod and Gun Club. Doors are going to open at 7 p.m. You have to be 21 and older to participate. It's going to be $10 per person. If you buy a souvenir cup for $10, you can save $1 on all draft beer purchases throughout the night. It's sponsored by the Warrior Booster Club.
Oh, perfect. So once again, those events coming up next week, and I really like the fact that they're doing a lot for homecoming this year. It's always been, we've seen it for several years. It's always been very understated, but this year it's almost like they really have picked it up.
Yeah, they have, and this is going to be a real party for everybody and a chance to kind of do some things prior to the game. Like I say, from 5 o'clock to 7 is going to be the tailgating and the food trucks and things of that nature. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. Kids are going to have things for them. They're going to have some of the cornhole, being able to play that. And it's going to bring some excitement, I think, back to homecoming.
I want to bring up the golf scramble, by the way, because I heard somebody say, due to your expertise on the greens, and especially with that being your home country club, I heard you were going to play by yourself against all these 4 teams of 4.
Well, that's it. I want to do that. Just as long as you'll pay my $200.
I was about to say, but that government pension you have, you should be able to afford it.
Yeah, you're right. That's why the government's in $21 trillion of debt.
Yeah, because they paid you a pension.
That's exactly right. I took them over the edge.
Anyway, by the way, I wanted to mention Ed Elliott back from the ongoing wars in Washington, and he told me during the week that he actually has done his part to try to make America great again. So.
Yes, I'm going to continue that as well.
We're about maybe 6 minutes away. Let's go ahead from the end of the half. Let's go and take a look at the Dr. Stephen Williams halftime adjustments for the North Knox Warriors. And I tell you what, the one thing that I would probably adjust a little bit, the game plan, thank you, the game plan has been really good so far for the Warriors, but they gotta continue it because you know that Booneville's going to make some adjustments to try to stop Holton and Dotes. Now, how North Knox counters those adjustments, I think is going to be the biggest halftime adjustment of all.
North Knox, Tom, has played an outstanding first half.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't ask for much better against a 4A school.
Yeah.
I mean, you come down here at this long trip down to Booneville and the school bus is not the most comfortable way to travel.
Right.
But they don't have much to adjust at the half. I think they're going to have to work on just continuing good blocking, good defense, I think you're going to see Booneville open it up a little bit more with the passing game, too.
But again, the accuracy of Jackson Phillips, at least in the first half, left a little bit to be desired.
Well, it does. And one of the things about Jackson Phillips that surprises me a bit, he decides from the snap whether he's running it or whether he's going to pass it.
Right.
I think he would be a much bigger threat
if
he would roll out to look to pass and then run if it's open.
That's a good point. We'll have to see maybe if that's not an adjustment they make going into the second half. If you need your smile adjusted, Dr. Stephen Williams is back and he's accepting new patients. You can call Dr. Williams today, 812-735-2020. He is my dentist and I hope he will be yours as well. Dr. Stephen Williams at 812-735-2020. About 4 minutes left to go until we get into the second half of play. And I tell you, again, I go back to my point when I made it with that adjustment. You know Booneville is going to be making adjustments because Holdman Dodds has been the major problem that they have had. And again, you got to see them make adjustments on offense as well. And again, this is where the chess match of football comes in. How do you adjust to the adjustments?
Yeah, and I think you look at North Knox's offense. They've done a lot of things with misdirection, Tom.
Yeah.
They've been able to fake like they're running to the left and then they come back to the right and vice versa. And Booneville just hasn't been able to get an answer for that.
I tell you what, this has been the maturing of Reese Hamilton. I mean, we really have seen that kid come out and really be more mature. You see it on his misdirection plays because he really has done a great job of selling that fake. One time he sold the fake so well to Holtman Dodds it forced him to, go offside.
Yeah, I think that it was a circumstance that North Knox is playing a very disciplined game. Their game plan is an excellent game plan. Their scouting reports, they're following their scouting reports and really giving Booneville a lot of trouble.
So Booneville back out onto the field. North Knox already there as well. By the way, wanted to mention North Knox in their home white, in their road make that white uniforms, black letters and numerals trimmed in red, and Booneville in their road black uniforms with red letters, actually yellow.
Uniform.
Thank you. Their home black uniforms, gold letters and numerals trimmed in white. They look a lot like Purdue. I mean, if you remember Purdue University's uniforms, Booneville's look very similar.
Yeah, I think if the uniforms could play it, it would make a difference, but they don't.
So once again, the 3 minutes out on the clock as both teams will warm up. By the way, wanted to mention the Booneville Pioneers band came out and kind of did a practice performance of their show, and they did a pretty good job of it.
They really did a nice job. They had a lot of cattails growing out there on the field.
That's interesting. The way in the preparation they do for a show of that.
Hours,
of that.
Hours.
Exactly.
And hours.
Oh boy, I tell you what. And it starts in the summertime. I mean, it starts back in about July when they go to the band camp, and then after that they really have to come together because of the precision and everything that it takes to do this.
And I think that's where when you go to the broadcasters camp in the summer, your season starts too.
Absolutely. That's how I've been able to do it so well for 30 plus years.
You're the only one that needs to go to the remedial camp.
That's perfect. Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, you may be more right on that than you think.
Well, that's all right. I mean, we're working on you. You'll get better as time goes on.
And once again, it's great to be with you as Ed Elliott again joining me after a couple of years off. And again, I didn't mention this last week, and I'll try and mention it during the season a little bit. I want to thank the late Jim Berry for stepping in for the 2 years that Ed was out and giving me a hand. And it was just wonderful to see that Ed's circumstances were able to bring him back to us. But again, I hated the fact that it had to be with the passing of Jim Berry.
Yeah, that was really a tremendous loss, not just for the football broadcast, but for all of Knox County, because Jim was one of the, you couldn't help but think of him as being almost the number one citizen of Knox County.
15-6 to score. North Knox leads it now. The Booneville Pioneers get the ball starting the third period, and they do have some dangerous players, and they have been able to gain some yardage. I mean, they've got 5 first downs, and they scored once where they just marched it right down the field. But so now North Knox, basically the reason they lead this game, Ed, is because they've been able to control the time of possession.
Well, control the time, and you're going to get into the late third quarter, into the fourth quarter, and see what kind of conditioning that either of these teams displays.
We saw it, by the way, with Sullivan. That game with North Knox played against Sullivan. We saw that they were starting because in the first quarter they weren't getting any yardage at all. But then about the third quarter, it started to kind of crack a little bit, and they were able to get better yardage against Sullivan at that point. Then, of course, the last 2 weeks they've had rollover wins over Eastern Green and over Tecumseh.
Yeah, North Knox has gotten steadily better. We've seen in the last couple of games, North Knox had some unforced errors with penalties.
Yeah.
And tonight, they've been doing a good job. I think from the offensive line of scrimmage, they haven't had a penalty, have they?
I don't believe so.
No.
North Knox going right to left in this third period. Booneville left to right. 15-6 Warriors lead it, and we get ready to start the third period of play, and Troy Nolan will get ready to kick it away for the third time. So Booneville again with 2 players back to receive. Devin Mockabee, one of them.
And North Knox may not be able to kick a lot of deep balls, but the way they kick it, it's just awful hard for the other team to set up any kind of return.
By the way, Tyler Scarborough as well, the other one coming back. They're going to kick it right off the left side. Nice kick.
That and hard.
Boy, at the 10-yard line, falls down. He picks it up right there. Scarborough at the 20. 25, 30. He's going to go up to about the 32. North Knox's special teams, which weren't real great against Tecumseh last week, I didn't think, are starting to be a little bit more precise in the ball down at the 32. That's where they'll have it, Booneville, well, 1st and 10.
And that was a deep kick, Tom. I think he caught that about the 10.
Yeah, he dropped it, too.
He
didn't get ahead of steam coming up. He dropped it and had to pick it up, and he got a pretty good run back, though. They actually called to the 34, 1st and 10 there.
This is a big defensive series for North Knox. They need to prevent Booneville from getting an easy score.
Jackson Phillips with Mockabee off to his left. Phillips hands it off. Mockabee outside. He's going to stretch it out. 30-yard line, 35, 40. Still on his feet. He's going to go down after about a 9-yard gain. Actually got the first down. Got to the 44. So a first down for Mockabee. He would not be brought down. And I think the Booneville Pioneers, from just the way he ran the ball, got a little chastisement at halftime.
Well, I would say they didn't have a punch party.
1st and 10 at the Booneville 44. Warriors lead 15-6.
That little Tabasco sauce at halftime.
Very possibly. The way he ran that ball, it kind of seems like it. This time, Mockabee off to the right. Wide receivers 3 out to the left. He's going to keep it. That time, Phillips going to get away. No, he's not. He went down after about a 3-yard loss. And right on the end of that play right there was big number 65 for the North Knox Warriors. The big bad Wolf puffed and buffed, and he brought down Jackson.
Yeah, that was a nice play. But did you notice the same thing? Jackson, once he gets it and he's going to run, he just tucks it and goes.
He tried to run past Dylan Wolf that time and nothing doing. 2nd and 12. 2nd down and 12 now for the Pioneers.
Well, they'll probably go to Mockabee. He's
on the right side. Man of motion coming across. He's going to hand it off. Crossbuck Mockabee up the middle. And he didn't get much that time. He got back to the line of scrimmage and no more than that. It'll be 3rd down. So Mockabee gets it. It'll be 3rd down to 10. And the fans wanted a penalty that time. And they're not going to get one.
Well, they evened that up that time. That was a horse collar in the first half.
And a horse collar there, it looks like. 3rd down and 10.
Well, I think they were talking about a face mask potentially there.
Well, they didn't get it, so
no.
3rd down and 10.
Boy, this is a huge play, I think.
Phillips in there. He's going to a passing formation right now with Reed Overton, his blocking back. He's back to throw. He's going to get flushed. Fires it downfield. Middle. It's almost intercepted. Almost. He had 2 or 3 players coming over there. Holtman Dodes, also Zach Boyles and Troy Nolan.
Well,
all in the area.
Levi Brocksmith had his hands on it too.
All 3 of them just kind of gathered around that ball, and the intended receiver, I believe that time, was going to be Skylar Rudisil, and they just knocked that ball down quick.
Well, I don't think they're going to take a chance of faking it here, but we'll see what.
4th and 10. Football at the 44. 1 man back for the Warriors. That'll be Holtman Dodes.
North Knox put pressure on it last time.
They do that time. Not a good kick that time
it's
at
off
all. Off the side of the foot, out of bounds.
Way
It'll be out of bounds. We'll find out where.
That may not even be a first
45-yard line.
Yeah. It's just barely a first down.
So about a 12-yard kick that time, and so the Warriors get it at the 45. 15-6, Warriors lead at 9:46 left third period.
What a great start coming out of the locker room for North Knox.
Can the North Knox Warriors get a sustained drive here? Well, that would really help them if they get a sustained drive, Ed, and get it into the end zone.
Yeah, it's got to fire them up, Tom.
Well, you really think they can play with this team, and that was the big thing, I think, was to know that they can play with them, and they have. Tight formation. Hamilton, 1st and 10. Reese hands it off up the middle, and it's going to be, that time, Richter. Cole gets about 3, maybe 4. 2nd down. They'll give him a gain of 4, as you mentioned, into the midfield stripe. 2nd down, and about 6. Or actually 9:30 and counting in the third quarter of play. North Knox still leads at 15-6, and that a touchdown would be big, big, big here. Reese Hamilton. Cole Richter beside him, off to his left. Tight formation. Reese hands it up the middle, and Richter going to get hit and brought down past the midfield line. Got 2 yards, and that's it. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. The tackle that time by Reed Overton. So Reed Overton makes the tackle. The ball at the 49. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. 8:53 and counting in the third period of play. Warriors still up 9, 15-6. So Reese Hamilton on 3rd down and 4. Richter. Right beside him to the left.
Blitz. Sending 6.
Hamilton at the Boats. Holding it out the right side. 50-yard line. He's going to go down about 2 yards short.
Yeah.
Had to get to the 44 of Booneville. He got to the 46. It'll be 4th and 2. Actually make it 4th and about 2.5. Scarborough making the tackle. 4th and about 2.5. So they're the Warriors punt here.
Yes, I think you do.
We'll find out.
I'd let your defense win the ball game, but
and they're going to go
going for it.
They're going to go 4th down and 2.
Now
Warriors were successful last time.
15 seconds.
Here comes Hamilton. Reese to the line of scrimmage. Tight formation. 10 seconds left on the clock. Here's Reese. They get it off in time. Hand off up the middle and a whistle.
Going to be a legal procedure against North Knox.
Did they get the false start? They did.
You had to figure.
So a false start against the Warriors. That is their 4th penalty for 35 yards. That'll move them back down to a 4th and 7. And now do they punt the ball?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt.
So it will be. Troy Nolan will punt it away. He got a great punt first time around.
Yeah, you need to pin him back.
Clock continues to run. 7:46 left to go in the third period. North Knox still up 15-6. Troy Nolan with one man back about the 10-yard line.
They're going to try to go for a block.
And he's going to run it. He's going to try for the first down.
Got it.
He's got it. Down the sideline to the 40, to the 39. A fake punt by the Warriors, and they get the first down, Ed, going around that right side.
Well, I tell you what, that takes some guts right there.
Boy, Troy Nolan had wide open spaces out there to the right. They got the first down at the Booneville 40. Another chance for the Warriors, and it worked. 40-yard line, the Warriors have it. Clock continues to run. Actually stopped now for the movement of the chains. He went out of bounds too. 7:22 left to go in the third period. Warriors up 15-6. So a big fake punt for the Warriors. Tight formation. Reese Hamilton hands it off up the middle. Richter Cole got some yardage. He's going to go for the first down to the 30 to the 29.
Yeah.
9th first down for the Warriors. Reed Overton got the tackle, but 10 yards downfield. He got 11 actually in that one to the 29. 1st and 10 Warriors.
And North Knox, that's what we saw, a couple of the last two games that Cole Richter he doesn't get really moving, Tom, until that second quarter. Or second half, excuse me.
Here's Reese. Hamilton hands off to Dotes. Holdman inside. He's got a couple of yards. He'll go down after a gain of about 3. It'll be second down at about 7. 15-6 Warriors controlling the time of possession, Ed, which has been extremely important. Both teams are ball control teams, and North Knox has done more of it. Second down and 7. Gain of 3. 27-yard line Warriors. Getting the play, coming back to the line of scrimmage. North Knox has been very, very impressive in this game so far. Reese. Low snap, back to throw. He looks. He's gonna throw now. Down the sideline, and it is intercepted at the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
Tried to go for Troy Noland, and it was intercepted that time by Keller Harry, I believe. So Keller Harry made the interception. So
yeah, just tried to force that one in, Tom, and it wasn't there.
You'd think he probably should have run with the football, and if he would have had the chance again, he probably would have.
Yeah, I think well, definitely if he knew what happened.
Well, the ball is down at the 11-yard line. Actually, correction, at the 12, and it'll be their 1st and 10. So Booneville gets it at the 12-yard line, pinned back.
Well, North Knox could be in a good position if their defense will really stiffen up here.
Jackson, hand off Maccabee. Devin gets away from one, didn't get away from the second. Troy Nolan with the initial hit, and then bringing him down that time was Dylan Wolf.
Got about 2 yards.
North Knox is swarming right now, Ed. Like I said, I think they came in a little bit nervous, but they know they can play with this team, and it shows in their confidence. 2nd down and 8. This is wonderful to see. 2nd down and 8. Phillips. Jackson Phillips, 2nd down and 8. Back to throw. Looks, he's going to roll out, and he's going to slip down at the 9.
Man, I
lost
don't know
about 3 yards on that one. He wanted to run, and he slipped. He got hit by the turf monster.
Really lost about 5 yards, Tom.
3rd down. Yep, 3rd down and 13. I'm not going to jinx it, Ed, but there's something about that number, 13.
Well, it's Friday the 13th.
Thank you. Right? I wasn't going to say that.
Well, sorry. I'll take it back. Nobody heard it.
5 minutes left to go in the 3rd period. Warriors still up 9. 3rd down now at 13.
Well, they're probably in a passing position here, too.
Overton, they're blocking back. Here's Jackson Phillips. He's going to throw it downfield. A little screen play. Outside Overton. He gets hit and brought down. It'll be a punting situation. He got back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a couple of yards past it. It'll be 4th down and about 6. So Reed Overton got it, but North Knox able to hold him short of the 1st down. So North Knox should have great field position here.
Well, it depends on what kind of punt we get.
So Jackson Phillips going to kick it away. He's going to kick it from about his 2-yard line.
Would they fake it, Tom?
This far back, it's possible, but not probable.
Not at this time of the game, I don't think.
Here's the snap. It's a good one. The kick is away.
Nice
and
kick.
He got a nice kick. It's going to be hit. Oh, that was too close.
That's a penalty.
That's a penalty. Yes, indeed. Holtman Dodes gets it at the 48, and he did not give him 2 yards.
It was clearly he waved his hand above his head. It was clearly
you have to give
fair
him
catch.
You have to give him a 2-yard cushion, and he didn't.
But still, it was a fair catch.
So they'll take it at the 48-yard line.
No,
and it'll mark it off from there.
They'll tack some more on it.
Yeah, they're going to tack more on it right now. They're going to talk it over. But I thought, if anything, it was a 2-yard cushion.
Well, you can't tackle someone when they call a fair catch.
So at the 48, they're still going to talk about it. We'll find out if they call the penalty or not. They're going to move. They're going to do it. Illegal use of hands.
Well, they have to. No, it's.
That's a 15 too.
Yeah.
4 penalties, 60 yards against Booneville. All 4 of their penalties have been 15-yarders. 1st down and 10. The Warriors at the Booneville 33. 4:05 left to go in the 3rd period. 15-6 North Knox. And the fans not happy. Here's Reese. Hamilman hands it off outside. Here's the ball to Colton. Richter make a Cole Richter, and he almost got a 1st down inside the 25. He's just short. Cole Richter got 8, maybe 9. 2nd down is short. Ed, I'm going to say it. You're going to kill me, but it's all right. He got 8.5. 2nd down, a long 1.
I knew it was coming, Tom. I was ready.
I figured you did. 2nd down, a long 1.
And a half.
And a half. Right side, here's Reese. Hamilton Hands it off inside Dotes. Holman first down and more. He's going to go down about the 15, actually the 20, and a flag late.
It's going to be against North Knox.
A flag late on the play.
Yeah.
So Mockabee made the tackle. That's going to be a hold on North Knox, so we'll move it back 10. 5 penalties, 45 yards on the Warriors. So they had a first down. Now it's going to go back. They marked it down at the 26, I believe. So that's going to move it back to, it's 2nd and 11.
And Tom, that was on the opposite side of the play. There was
actually,
just
more
no
than that, 2nd and 13. So it was behind the play, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Football sitting up down to 37.
Or about 14 or 15, really.
2nd down for the Warriors, 2nd and long. Reese going to give it off inside. Here's Dodes. Holman down the middle to a 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown! Warrior touchdown! Holman Dodes again and from 37 yards.
Man, they just keep pounding you and pounding you and pounding you.
That was an inside handoff from Cole Richter to Holman Dodes.
It was kind of a cross action again in the backfield, Tom. It looked like Richter was going to the right. The line was going to the right, and all of a sudden, here comes the trap, and Holman Dodes comes back to the left.
3:04 left to go in the third period. The Warriors now up 21-6, 15-point lead, and they're going to go for one. Holman Dodes last time scraped the bar, but got the point.
Well,
now,
that was when he was back 5 yards further.
We'll see what happens. That's a low snap. It's going to be blocked. That was a low snap.
Yeah.
Zach Boyle put it down. It got blocked.
It was kind of a little bit of a fumble in the exchange, too.
So the Warriors lead at 21-6. 3:04 left in the third period of play. And Ed, we'll go ahead and keep it here. But 3:04 left to go in the third period, and the Warriors up 15 to 21-6, and have been thoroughly right now the better team.
I tell you, it's just North Knox is just playing probably one of the best games they've played.
This team has been in need of a signature win yet, Ed, for I don't know how long, and if they can hold on to this one, they've got one. They got to finish it off, but right now they're looking good, up 2 scores.
I'll tell you, Tom, they win this one, it wakes a lot of people up in that sectional, too.
Yep, I think so. Warriors going to kick it away. Squib kick. It's hit. Warriors get it! I think.
No, I don't think they did. They just missed it.
It hit, they did. Booneville got it. Oh, I thought the Warriors had it.
Yeah, but he ran over it. That was the problem. North Knox looked like they had it, but ran past the ball.
Recovered at the 49-yard line.
Oh, man. That's not what you want when that happens.
And a recovery at the 49-yard line, and I was trying to figure out who it was. I thought it was number 50. I didn't see a 50 on the roster. But the Warriors now are on a short field themselves. Booneville has it at the 49 of North Knox. They trail 21-6, 3:01 left to go in the third period.
Puts the pressure again on the North Knox defense.
But North Knox almost recovered that ball. That was close. After he hit a Booneville player on a squib going through. Here's Jackson. Mockabee off to his left. Jackson, 1st and 10. Man in motion coming across. Going to hand it off to that man. He gets away from one. Now down the middle of the field and not much. Got about 3. That time Jackson held on to it, and at the end of that play was Troy Nolan, North Knox's leading tackler. 2nd down and 8. He got 2. 2:45 left to go in the third period. North Knox leading at 21-6.
Well, they need to stop here and not let Booneville go down and get the momentum.
2nd down and call it 7. Jackson with Mockabee beside him. Mockabee off to his right. Jackson, high snap. He's going to look back to throw. He's going to look. He's going to get away from one man. He gets away from 2. Gets away from 3. Got the first down to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
That was a straight scramble that time, but a nice job by Jackson Phillips going straight forward. He got the ball down to about the 35, 1st and 10. 2:17 left to go in the third period. So the ball at the 35. It'll be 1st and 10. That is Booneville's 7th first down of the game.
He's a heck of a runner, Tom, when he gets opportunity.
So 1st down, Mockabee again beside Jackson Phillips. Mockabee to his left this time. Handoff. It's going to go knocked up the middle. Mockabee twists, turns, and gets put down after about a 2-yard gain. Well, those yards now for him are coming very, very hard. 2nd down and 8. 1:47 left to go in the third period. 15-point Warrior lead right now at 21-6.
I think this is a critical juncture for Booneville.
Yeah.
They need a score bad.
Ball sitting up at the 33-yard line. 2nd down. Give him a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
What we need is a fumble here, Tom. A Quest turnover.
We could use one. We got one already. Both teams have had one. Here's Phillips. Back to throw. He's going to look this time. He's going to run it up the middle, and he's going to get hit, and he's going to be brought down back at the original line of scrimmage.
He lost a yard.
He did. He lost back to the original line. He lost 3.
4 yards.
Right on the bottom of the play that time was Ben Berg. He got back before the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 9, so he lost 2, but still he went back the wrong way. 1 minute left to go, third period. And North Knox right now, Ed, I say right now, dominating this game. Here's Phillips, Mockabee beside him again. 3rd down.
Well, they need to give it to Mockabee.
Phillips back to throw this time. He's got time. He's going to look. He's going to run. He's going to roll out. He's going to look to fire downfield. He goes long down the field, and it is incomplete. And it is not a flag. There is no flag down there.
There is. Yeah.
There is now. It's a 5-yard line.
So he's going to do interference, I'm sure.
They're going to call interference, it looks like. Now, I thought that time that was awful close. Looks like he went for...
It's going to be a big play here. Going to give him a first down. And
Hunter Connor, by the way, was the intended receiver. So they will call it.
Pass interference on the defense.
So they called pass interference. That'll be a 15-yarder. So that's 6 penalties, 60 yards for the Warriors, and the ball will be setting up at the 22-yard line. Actually, correction, make that the 19. Second time in the red zone now for Booneville. 1st and 10. Clock continues to run under a half a minute left, third period. Warriors still lead 21-6. Here's Jackson Phillips. Hands off up the middle, Mockabee. He's going to get hit that time by Dylan Wolf and brought down after about a 4-yard gain down to the 15. That'll be the final play of the third period. Hold on to your hats. It's going to be a great fourth coming up. The Warriors lead at 21-6. Back after this 30-second break. You're listening to North Knox Warrior football right here on 105.7 The Ride, WUZR, Bicknell, Vincennes, and WUZR.com.
Times will continue to change, and life's pace may even increase. But Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home and Wampler Shaw Chapel continues to serve the community since 1830 with 2 locations. Both funeral homes are locally owned with services to meet the needs of families of all faiths in a caring, traditional way. Duesterberg Frederick Funeral Home at 6th and Vigo Street in Vincennes and Wampler Shaw Chapel, 118 Washington in Bicknell, proud to support our area youth sports programs.
Final 12 minutes on the board. Final 12 minutes presented by Guardian Angel Home Healthcare. Give Guardian Angel 12 minutes and let them show you why they can be the healthcare angel you're looking for. Guardian Angel Home Healthcare and Personal Services, State Road 67 in Bicknell.
Well, here's what I talked about, the conditioning, Tom,
yeah,
and whether North Knox can sustain the effort that they put forth so far. If they can continue that, it'll be really something.
It'll be 2nd down and 7. They gave a gain of 3 to Mockabee that time as North Knox's defensive line, too, is doing a really nice job. But again, both teams got players going both ways, and so it's very even from that perspective. 2nd down and 7. Mockabee back there again with Phillips. This time it looks like Phillips under center. 2nd down, man in motion coming across, pitches outside Mockabee. He's going to get around to the 15-yard line, to the 10. He's going to go toward the end zone, and he goes out of bounds inside the 10, down about the 5. So 1st and goal for Booneville. That's the 8th first down. They got a 1st and goal at the 5. Nice play under center that time at that pitch. Is able to get outside on that sweep, and Mockabee just took it right down the left sideline.
Yeah, that was the first time they had run that play, Tom.
Actually down at the 4. 1st and goal to 4-yard lines. Booneville trying to get back within 1 score if they can score here.
Well, if you dance with the one that brung you, I'd go with Mockabee.
Under center again. Here's Jackson Phillips. He's going to sneak it up the middle of the field. He's going to go down after about a young 1-yard gain down to the 3. They tried to bulldoze their way forward. North Knox held their ground. 2nd down. 2nd down. North Knox trying to get a goal line stand here. It went down. Dylan Wolf made the tackle after 3. Second down, calling it to 2. It's between the 2 and the 3. Second down there. Again under center goes Phillips. Going to hand it off up the middle. Maccabee, he's going to try to push his way in, and he's going to run into a stone wall again at the 2-yard line.
It's going to be about the 1, Tom.
So we'll see if they gave him the 1.
Stop just before the goal line.
Yep, he was at the 1-yard line. So right at maybe at the half-yard line, third down and goal from there. Third down and goal from about the half-yard line. The Warriors have to stop them. Clock continues to run, though, under 10:57 left to go.
I guarantee you they're not going to go for a field goal, so they've got 2 plays.
Yep, they got 2 plays to get it in. Warriors got to keep them out on 2 as well. Underneath center, here's Phillips. Phillips. Going to keep it himself.
Yeah,
He's going to go into the end zone. Did he get in?
Yeah.
He did. Touchdown. So the ball goes in. So that time, Jackson Phillips takes it in from 1 yard out and makes it back into a 21-12 game. So this extra point, Ed, is very crucial.
Well, they'll probably go for 2, I would think. This
is a very crucial 2-point conversion opportunity.
Yeah.
So they're going to try, it looks like, for 2 to cut this to a 7-point game with 10:37 left to go in the game. So the Warriors still lead it, but now is it a 9-point lead or is it going to be 7? They're going to go for 2. Hands out the inside. Maccabee is going to walk into the end zone. He'll go into the end zone for the 2. So right now it is a 7-point game. So Ed, it's back to a 7-point game, and it's going to be up to the North Knox Warrior offense to get it back. And boy, did that missed recovery of that onside kick really come up big.
Yeah, the missed recovery, but I think the bigger play was the pass interference.
The pass interference, yeah.
Yeah, they got him down there on the, inside the 20. And they did a good job with it when they had the opportunity.
Well, the Warriors offense has been controlling the line of scrimmage and they've been controlling the clock. They have to do it now. And if they end up in the end zone, so much the better.
Well, I think North Knox is trying to get ready for a onside kick as well.
We'll find out. Warriors squibbed it the last time and it got hit at the line of scrimmage and Booneville recovered. So they're trying to, they are going to go right down the middle. It's going to be fallen on right at the 27-yard line. And so Holtman Dodes at the 27 is where the Warriors will have it. 10:37 left to go. Back within a 1-score game right now. Ed, North Knox up 21-14.
Yeah, Tom, this is a big possession. North Knox needs to move the ball, get a couple of first downs here at least.
Can the Warriors finish? This is the big thing for North Knox right now. Can they finish on the road at homecoming in a hostile environment? They've done well so far. Let's see, with momentum shifting a little bit, if they can continue to do what they've done. Here's Reese. Hamelman. Hand off Dodes. Holtman gets outside. He's got some yardage.
Blocking.
He's going to go forward, spin move, and he goes down about after 8 yards. Outside to the 35 to the 37. Good start on that first play. Ed Holtman Dodes has been a pioneer killer in this game, and he showed it there. He picked up actually 9, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that was great blocking out in front of him too, Tom.
2nd down. 1. And a whistle now. And a timeout. Booneville, I think. Yep.
Booneville.
So Pioneers take their first timeout with 10:08 left to go in the game. Warriors lead it 21-14. We're back in 30 seconds. This is North Knox Warrior football on 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
Get big meat savings at your Vincent's Save-A-Lot. Fresh boneless chicken breast is $1.49 a pound, and fresh beef boneless chuck roast is $3.99 a pound. Also, local seedless watermelons are $2.99. Local cantaloupes are 2 for $3, and canned vegetables are 3 for $1. Amazing quality, fantastic prices, satisfaction guaranteed, or 100% money back. Savings are made easy at your Vincent's Save-A-Lot, where bananas are only 39 cents a pound every day.
10:08 left to go in the game. 21-14 Warriors lead it with the ball. 2nd and 1. Good first run for the Warriors when they needed it.
It is. They need some first downs, though. They need to keep that ball moving.
Hamilman on 2nd down and 1. Still in their own territory. Just at the 36. Here's the ball. Richter up the middle. Gets hit, but gets the first down across the 40 to the 41. So the Warriors get their 10th first down. And continue to move the ball. Fresh set of 4. The ball sitting up at the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 right there. 10 minutes left to go. Warriors up 21-14. Reese Hamilman setting up. Again, North Knox in a very tight formation. Trying to protect that lead. Reese. Hands off. No, he's going to keep it himself up the middle. Got some yardage. He's going to go forward to the 45 before he gets pushed back. Got him a 5 on that one. 2nd down and 5. If the Warriors can keep getting half of it on first down, Ed, they're going to be in good shape.
Yeah, but they took them 2.
Second down.
So they've got to see what they can do here now. Another first down. Booneville's got to be getting tired. They've been on defense a lot.
Well, they've been pounded tonight, too. North Knox has really pounded him, and that's what happened against Sullivan. North Knox really started to wear him down. The ground and pound for the Warriors continues. 2nd down and 5. Reese. Man in motion Dodes. Hands off up the middle. Here's the ball to Richter. He's very close to another first down. He may be just short.
Yeah, it looks like he got about 4 maybe.
3rd and 1. That's going to be 3rd and a long 1. 8:49 and counting. Left to go in this one. 21-14 Warriors. 3rd down and 1 at the 48. Reese Hamilman on a 3rd down and 1, maybe 2.
Well, Booneville now is doing a lot of blitzing, Tom. They almost blitz every play.
3rd down and 2. Handoff up the inside. Here's Holtman Jones. Down the middle. He's going to go. 1 man to beat. 20. Then he's down at the 10-yard line.
The 15 looks like.
The inside handoff to Holtman Jones again works wonders. And the Warriors in the red zone, and I believe for the first time in the game.
And they started, Tom, where was the ball?
That was back. They were back at their own 24 of that time. That last one at the 48 of Booneville. So I believe that's one of those huge gains. Warriors inside the red zone trying to maybe seal this one up. 1st and 10. Warriors have it at the 14. Here's Reese. Last time the Warriors were in the near the red zone, they turned it over. Reese. Man in motion. Hands up in the middle. Richter Cole down the middle of the field. He'll go down about to the 13 or 12. Got a few.
Maybe all the way to the 9, Tom.
Actually, did he get inside the 10? He did. Down to the 9. Thank you. And a flag down late. I don't know what this is all about, but a flag is down after the play is over. What do they have?
I don't know. I can't tell who they're talking.
I wouldn't think North Knox would be.
Well, they're talking to Booneville, looks like.
No, they're going to move it against Booneville.
Man.
It's going to go 5 yards. That's unsportsmanlike conduct all the way down to the 5. That's a 5-yard penalty, Ed, but that's a big one. 5 penalties, 65 yards, and that may be the biggest of the game. And that'll be 2nd and 1. They had to get it down to the 4. So the ball at the 4-yard line, 2nd down and about half a yard. Here's Reese. Hamilman. Hand off up the middle into the end zone. Did he get it? He did! Touchdown! Warrior touchdown! Cole Richter into the end zone. And the North Knox Warriors have gone back up by 2 scores.
Well, I'll tell you what.
What a big play.
That was a commanding series. They just moved down just Booneville knew what they were going to do. We're going to run it to you.
And tight formation, too.
And they could not stop it.
Holtman Dode's going to try for an extra point to make it a 14-point lead.
And this is a big extra point.
Yes,
really.
It is. Boyles puts it down. The kick is up, and the kick looks like it is good. And it is. Big extra point by Holtman Dodes. So the Warriors back up in front now, 28-14, Ed, with time becoming of the essence with 7:36 left.
Man, that was a big score, Tom, really. I mean,
Yep.
North Knox they just exuded so much confidence when they went down the field.
You can see it as the game has gone on, Ed, and this is not just if they win this game, it's not just going to be a big win for them. It's going to be a big win for the program, and it's going to be big for their confidence going forward.
Well, and look at Booneville, 4A school going up against a 2A school, and you would think they had a heck of an advantage. North Knox was certainly looked at as the underdog.
Well, Pioneers beat Vincennes Lincoln here 2 weeks ago, 19-6. And Jasper won 35-0 last week. Warriors right now lead at 28-14. Still plenty of time, though. 7:36 left.
Well, what kind of kick are we going to see this time, Tom?
I think he's going to go long. We'll find out. Nope, he's going to squib it off the left side. It's going to go down. They're going to take it down at the 34. He nailed.
He was down.
He went down on a knee at the 34.
Yeah.
So Booneville at the 34-yard line will have it down 2 scores, and with 7:35 left, Ed, they're not really a big strike team. I guess they can be, but they're more of a ball control team.
We saw in the last series they did some things that they hadn't done. They did some sweeps to the outside.
Yeah.
They got the ball to Mockabee.
Well, they had a short field, too. Had a little bit of a short field. They got helped by that penalty.
Yeah, Jackson Phillips. Phillips and Mockabee, they kept the ball in their hands.
The ball is at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10. Warriors up 2 scores, 7.5 minutes left. Jackson, now Mockabee running out to the right as a receiver. Mockabee back to throw. Fires it outside. It's going to be incomplete. It's incomplete. It was a forward pass. They were looking outside on a screen that time to Hunter Connor. And boy, North Knox had that one red even if he caught it.
Tom, that's only the second pass they've attempted here in the second half.
2nd down and 10. 7:31 left to go. Clock is stopped. But North Knox had that one red too, and that was a screen pass and it wasn't going to work even if he caught it. 2nd down and 10.
I don't think they'll do that very much. I think they're going to try to get it to Mockabee and Phillips.
Mockabee to the right of Phillips. Back to throw again. He's going to look. He's going to fire it downfield. It's tipped and almost intercepted. Flag down also at the line of scrimmage. There may be a hole.
Yeah, I can't tell. It looked like it was way out, Tom, outside.
I don't know who got a hand on it. I think it may have been Brock Smith.
We're going to find out. I believe that's going to be against North Knox and maybe holding.
A defensive hold?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
It looks like the way I can't tell what they're doing.
Referee's looking right now, so we'll see what it is. They're pointing toward North Knox. Offside against North Knox. So that's a 5-yard penalty. The play won't count.
No. Boy, they just are playing so well.
Yeah.
And then
7 penalty, 65 yards, 2nd and 5. Football sitting up at the 38. 7:19 and counting, Ed. That clock continues to run. That clock right now is North Knox's friend. Here's Jackson. This time with his blocking back beside him, Overton. Back to throw Jackson. He's going to roll out. He's going to look down. He's going to run the other way. He's going to go all the way back. Now he throws it downfield. It's picked off. Warriors pick it off. Brock Smith down the sideline. He's going to go down at the 19-yard line.
Flag.
And a flag at the end of the play. The second turnover that the Warriors get. And Brock Smith that time, Levi Brock Smith made the interception. Let's see what the flag is all about. It was after the interception. Ed, get your turnover sponsorship ready. They'll mark it off against North Knox. It may have been an illegal block. They'll mark it off from the 23 back to the 33-yard line.
But the most important thing, Tom, it's a Quest turnover. And turn over your injury rehabilitation to Dr. Terry Fenwick at Quest Orthopedics. Get answers, get results, get Quest.
And that is the Warriors. That's another Warrior penalty.
Yeah, block in the back.
10 penalties, 8 penalties, 8 penalties, 75 yards for the Warriors, but importantly, they got the ball. 6:50 left in a short field. Still a short field at the 38. Here's Reese Hamelman. Hands it off up the middle. It's going to be Richter. He'll go down at the 35. So that line's still pushing forward, Ed. He ran into defense and went down, but he did it 2 yards downfield. 2nd and 8. This win, if it continues this way, Ed, is going to be huge.
Yeah, it's already, Tom, I think a tremendous advancement for this program.
Absolutely. 35-yard line. Warriors now 2nd and 7. They gave him a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Reese Hamelman, 2nd down. Warriors just trying to work that clock. They're up by 2 scores. Here's Reese. Hamelman, low snap, going to hand it inside Dotes. Holtman up the middle. He's not going to get a whole lot that time. Yeah. They got about 2 or 3. Right now, though, the clock moving is the big thing. And here's the other thing, too. Booneville's only got 2 timeouts. They called one earlier. 3rd down and 5. Holtman Dodes has just played the game of his life. The junior really has played, actually a sophomore has played a great game.
He has. He's done a great job. His running, we've seen the speed show itself several times.
Yep.
And he almost outran a defender on his last long play.
5:38 left to go. Warriors up 2 scores, and they're in Booneville territory. 3rd down and 5. Hand off Richter. Cole up the middle, going to pick his way forward. He went down about a yard short. North Knox, I'm sure, will go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah.
At the 30. Timeout Booneville. Pioneers going to take their 2nd timeout.
It's going to be a little shorter than I thought, Tom.
Okay, 4th down and 2.
About 2 yards.
And Pioneers do take the timeout, Ed. We'll keep it here. 5:24 left to go. And the North Knox Warriors right now may be shaking up Southwest Indiana a bit with a 28-14 lead.
I'm sure there's some people wondering whether there's a mistake in the score.
The North Knox Warriors, by the way, back at the station, if we can get a score on Mount Vernon and Lincoln, pass it along to us when you get a chance. 28-14 right now. The Warriors lead it here. So the Warriors taking care of business on the east Evansville suburbs. Lincoln, let's see if they can take care of business on the west side Evansville suburbs. They lost here earlier this year, 19-6. So, Ed, a lot of people, we've seen golden generations of North Knox players come and go, but this one may have some real potential.
Well, this play I've said this several times, but this play, 4th and 2, Tom, is a big one.
30-yard line, Warriors trying to keep the clock moving. Here's 4th and 2. Reese Hamelman. Hamelman tried to cut him offside. He didn't go. Hamelman. Hands off outside. Here's Richter down the middle, and it's going to be very close. Very close. 5:20 left to go. Did he get the first down? He did! First down! Big first down for the Warriors. That'll move some more time. Their 12th and probably one of their biggest of the game. The Brock Smith interception has allowed the Warriors to keep moving that clock. 5:10 remaining. Booneville with 1 timeout. North Knox still got all 3 of theirs.
Yeah, I think North Knox is not going to be in any hurry now.
Now ball is down at the 29-yard line. We said what they had to do in the second half, Ed. They've done just that. They've made the adjustments. 2nd down. Reese. And it's going to go up the middle, and it's going to be Richter. Cole goes all the way inside the 25, down to the 23. Got about 7 on that one. 4:39 left to go. Actually, I take it back. You give them 5. 2nd down and 5. Give them 5 inside the 25, down to the 24. That doesn't matter right now. That ticking clock does. 4:27 left to go. Ball at the 24. North Knox, as we mentioned, not taking any hurry. 14 seconds on the play clock as they come to the line of scrimmage. Down to 10. Milking that clock for all it's worth. 7 seconds on the clock. Here's Reese. Hamelman snaps it just in time. Hand off outside Dodes. Holdman down the middle. He's going to run into his own man, and he's going to get away to the 10. 5. Touchdown! Warrior touchdown! Holtman Dodes with his 3rd touchdown of the game. Actually, 4th make that. This one from 24 yards. And Ed, if that wasn't coffin nails before, it is now.
Yes, Tom, you're right. I mean, it's really pretty amazing how dominant North Knox has been in this second half, and particularly in the fourth quarter.
34-14. Dode's going to try for the extra point. So he has put up, I believe, 2 or 3 extra points and 4 touchdowns. What a game scoring. Oldman Dodes with Zach Boyles holding. The kick is up. The kick is good, I believe.
No,
it went off wide left, wide right.
Man, I tell you, I can't really see. I've got a pole looking.
I thought he got it. I really did, but it went.
It looked good the way he kicked it.
That's what I thought too, but regardless, 20-point Warrior lead, 34-14 with under 4 minutes left to go. And if that touchdown, if it wasn't coffin nails before, boy, we are really close to it now.
Well, let's see what happens on this kickoff.
Last time, actually 2 times ago, I believe. No, it was last time. The Warriors kicked it. It was hit by an up man from Booneville, and they almost recovered that one. What a Friday the 13th for the Warriors.
If they could win this game, it'll make that trip shorter going home.
Oh, that's for sure. And they got homecoming next week against North Central. Down the middle, he's going to kick it straight forward. It's going to go back to 15-yard line to the 20. 25-30 to the 40, down to the 41-yard line. So a nice run back. North Knox just didn't want to make sure they didn't go all the way. I know what happened on that one. It was brought in by Colin Wolf. And was there a flag down?
No, I got an injury here, player coming off.
It's on Booneville's side, I believe.
Oh, he got a cramp.
So Declan Alchin made the tackle for the Warriors. Under 4 minutes left to go, Ed. North Knox up 3 scores right now at 34-14.
I'd say there'd be a chance for another interception, Tom.
They're going to try to throw it, I guess. Levi Brocksmith got the last one and returned it about 20 yards downfield.
They don't have a lot of time. They need to stop the clock, so.
Overton in there, passing formation. Jackson Phillips back to throw. Phillips looking. He's going to get flushed out. He's going to get away from one man. Now he's going to throw it long downfield, and it is going to be caught down the sideline and to the end zone for the touchdown. That, Ed, was a well-designed play, and guess who was on the end of that play? That would be Mr. Mockabee, Devin Mockabee.
Well, they're the ones they're going to go with. They're not.
Boy, that was a well-designed play.
Well, it was, North Knox just kind of got crossed up. Didn't get pressure from the right end on the North Knox defense. Just did not get across and put pressure on Jackson Phillips.
That was a 68-yard pass play, I believe, Ed. No, actually it's 58.
Yeah, 41, so 59.
59 yards, yep. So the Warriors now lead at 34-20, pending the extra point. They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, I think
Mockabee beside. That would make it a 12-point game, and now a timeout.
Flag somewhere.
Oh, flag down?
Yeah. Must be North Knox, I guess.
We'll see. Oh, it's a delay of game against Booneville.
Oh, man.
Well, when it rains, it pours.
I know. Well, I with the official, he was behind, but I guess he's the official looking at the play clock. And
so the Pioneers one play, 58 yards, and a really nicely designed touchdown.
This is going to make this extra point a little bit of an adventure.
Be at the 8-yard line.
This is going to be a pass, probably.
8-yard line, and they do have their pass formation in with Overton.
And you can see Mockabee out here in the slot to the left.
He's run out there a couple of times, and Overton back there, the blocking back, and a man in motion. And
now they got another penalty against Booneville procedure.
If somebody move again, they did. That's going to make this now a 13-yard extra point. 7 penalties, 75 yards for the Pioneers. Warriors still up 2 scores with 3:41 left to go.
They need to get the clock running.
And after this play, I guarantee you it's going to be an onside kick. I just know you're going to have to. You got to have to have one.
That's good. That you could be a coach of the year with that kind of
prediction. I tell you, that's the truth. 14-point game right now. Trying to get it to 12. Back to throw, Phillips. He's going to look. He's going to run. He's going to get hit, and he's going to be brought down, and they're not going to get to 2.
No.
Great play by Troy Nolan coming up on that tackle. So now 34-20. The game, North Knox leading it. The Pioneers will go for an onside kick, and the North Knox Warriors, you would think, have to have their hands team up front.
Yeah, well.
Another great coaching.
Yeah, and that's it, Tom. I'm telling you, you got this. It's just a matter of time before the NFL calls you in.
Rhett Sherrod is up there along with Brock Smith, along with Reese Hamelman, and along with Long. And Zach Boyles. They are going to put their hands team up front.
Well, everybody in the place that knows that's what they're going to do. Now
also
can they
back
execute
there,
it?
Also back there is going to be,
you have to be a little bit careful that you put too many people up front.
Right. They moved somebody off now.
Yeah, they've got him back now.
Move Matt Urbane off.
Yeah.
Also up there on that line as well is going to be Andrew Cross.
Yeah, this is just, you got to be ready for it.
Troy Nolan, Reese Hamelman, Rhett Sharon back there as well. They're looking for the onside kick with 3:41 left to go. Booneville down 2 scores. It is going to be caught. Brock Smith catches it. He tried to punch it through that time, but if Brock Smith had let it go, it would have been out of bounds the way it was going.
Yeah, but I think you're better off getting the ball.
Well, he got it. So he got it at the 46.
Yeah. We've seen it take some funny bounces over the years.
Boy, Brock Smith, that looked like a goalie catch, Ed. He took it right into his chest. A bullet. 3:41 left to go. Warriors up 2 scores. 34-20. Can the Warriors close it out? They've had great offensive performances tonight. Let's see if they can do it. Here's Reese. Hamelman hands off inside Dodes, holding it up the middle. He's going to go into Booneville territory, down to the 48. He got about 7, and the clock continues to run. Booneville, I think, has 1 timeout left. He got 6. 2nd down and 4. Ed, this was probably the biggest North Knox win since they beat Linton at home, and I believe that was back in 2010. Or 2011, excuse me. They won at home against Linton in 2011. This could be the biggest win since. 2nd down and 4. Actually make it 5. 2nd down and 5. So great play by Holden Dodes for 5 yards. Here's Reese. Hamelman handoff inside. It's going to go, and it's going to be Cole Richter. He got a couple of yards, maybe 3, and now a timeout taken by Booneville. Final timeout taken by the Pioneers. 2:51 left to go. Ed, North Knox with a 3rd down and 3. But the key thing right now, Ed, is the clock. Booneville is out of timeouts.
Yeah, this is the last opportunity, and
baseball cap found in the stands.
3 yards on 3rd down. Ed, if you're North Knox, let's say you don't get the 1st down here, even though you're at the 40-yard line, do you try to coffin corner them?
Yeah, I think if they get half of this, I think they'll go for it, Tom. Because if you do make it, then the game is going to be over.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, though, if they do get the 4th down, depending on how many yards they have.
Yeah, a lot depends on this play.
That's a strategy thing.
Yeah. And I think the coaches are prepared. They're ready to – they're prepared for whichever way it'll go.
3rd down and 3.
Because if you do go for a punt, Tom, they're going to rush it, and North Knox has had some trouble.
That's a good point.
So,
yeah, that's a good point, and I thought about that too.
So sometime you could run it. It's still going to keep the clock going.
3rd down and 3. Warriors can make it academic if they get a 1st down
and
here.
It's close to 4.
Tight formation. Reese. Hamilton hands it off Dodes. Holman up the middle. He's going to get hit and brought down about a yard short.
Flag.
The flag down at the end and the play just
I don't know who it is. I can't tell.
Official flag is down anyway. 2:45
from the far side
left
of the field, yes.
So let's see what
holding,
this is.
North Knox holding. I think they won't decline it, so they'll put it back.
Yeah, they'll move it back, but that gives North Knox another play though. 10 penalties, 9 penalties, 95 yards to the Warriors. They'll make it a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, now this is one of the plays. I think North Knox will run it. And
Reese Hamelman.
They're going to decline it, Tom.
Oh, they're going to decline it. They're going to take the play.
So they're going to give them.
That'll be a 4th down and about 1 if they decline it.
I can't believe. Surely they won't do that.
Well, they're worried about the extra play more than they are about that.
They're going to decline it.
They're going to decline the play. Looks like
man.
they did. So 4th down. Now, where do they put the football?
Advance the marker. The
where do they put
back.
it? It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, I'm telling
there
you.
it is. 4th down and 1. 2:45 left to go. The ball at the 45-yard line. Warriors lead it by 2 scores, 34-20.
Oh, they did decide to take the
Now
penalty.
they took it.
That's crazy.
Well, it took them a while to decide it. 9 penalties now for 95.
Time to decide it.
3rd down and 11.
The way North Knox has eaten them up.
Boy, the holding at the end of the play, too. So they didn't go 3rd and 13. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah.
So the ball at the 45-yard line, and the clock runs. 2:36 left to go. That's the other thing. The clock now running. 2:35 left to go. Here's Reese. Reese Hamelman gets the ball. He's going to hand it off on the inside. Dodes again. That time he doesn't get that far.
No.
He got back to the original line of scrimmage and no more. Ball at the 43, 42-yard line, but Booneville is out of timeouts. 2:12 left to go, and the clock continues to run on 4th down and 9. Now, if you're North Knox, what do you do?
I think you run it.
You know what? This would be a situation if they had a quick kick, Ed. That would be a good opportunity.
Not on 4th down because everybody knows what you're doing.
Well, I mean, if Reese Hamelman sets up in the shotgun, it could be a time for a quick kick.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
so that's a possibility.
They're going to let it run down. They may even take a delay game.
Yeah, they take a timeout. Either that or, delay a game or timeout.
Yeah, either one. It looks like they're getting ready for a timeout.
And they got one. So a timeout. First Warrior timeout. They got all 3 of theirs. 1:41 left to go. The Warriors lead it 34-20.
The trouble is we've seen Booneville score quick when they get the ball in their hands.
I tell you what, Ed, I was just thinking of something, too. I talked about that Linton win. The other one was, remember, you weren't there, but 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, make that one, the Warriors won on a tipped last pass at Vincent's Lincoln on homecoming at Inman Field. And this one, I don't know if it's quite that level, but it's not too far off.
I tell you, this has been a great performance by North Knox.
And they needed this.
Yeah, regardless of the outcome.
They needed a performance like this, and boy, did they get one. This is going to give them a lot of confidence. They are going to kick.
And you can bet they're going for it.
Troy Nolan. They're going to kick it away.
Need a good snap, a good punt.
And he got a good snap. He's going to kick it. He did. Good kick. What a great kick. What a great kick. It's going to bounce down and be taken now out of bounds. The player caught the ball. Mockabee got it, but he lost it out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Boy, that was a great
great kick by Troy Nolan.
Boy,
he is really, his punting is, he had a couple of times where he kind of had problems, but he has come up huge in the punting game. So the ball going to be set up at the 15, actually at the 15-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. 1:34 left to go, 34-20, Warriors by 14.
Well, the ball's going to be in the air, Tom.
Yeah, he may try to go long. North Knox probably needs to have a center fielder or two back there. And remember what they did last time.
Well, North Knox needs to put pressure on Jackson Phillips.
Mockabee beside him this time. Phillips gets it back to throw. He's going to look. He fires it outside. The ball is going to be incomplete. Right through the hands of the intended receiver. That time he tried to go outside of Nick Wilkinson, the sophomore, and so it'll be 2nd down. But I tell you one thing about this Booneville team, Ed. We said this earlier. North Knox had 11 seniors. Booneville only has 7. They're a very young ball club. But Mockabee and Phillips, their 2 best players, are seniors.
And you take them away, and they haven't shown much of anything else.
90 seconds left to go in this one. By the way, if he gets the ball, I think he probably got about 15, 20 yards on that one. 2nd down. Phillips throws it outside again. It's going to be caught. That time and out of bounds. Mockabee, he'll go down about the 1st down marker, about the 32. 1:24 left to go. They're trying to get in position where they can throw that long ball. I'm almost sure of it. And they're at the position now where they're up at about the 30, the 25, 27.
I wonder, can Mockabee throw it to Phillips?
That's a good question.
That's the only thing,
that may happen.
That's the only thing left for those 2 to do.
That may happen.
Maccabee's out here.
He's sliding out, yep.
We've seen this play run before.
Yeah, this is definitely a passing situation when you have Overton in there as a blocking back. He's back to throw. He's going to look. He's going to get hit and brought down. And a fumble. And did the Warriors get it? They did! Urbane! Touchdown!
Flagged.
And a flag is down. Matt Urbane got the fumble and scored it. But we'll see what the flags are all about. There's 3 of them sitting up about the 20-yard line.
I know. It's a block in the back again. Same thing.
So the Warriors will get the football, though, on the fumble. 3rd turnover by Booneville, the recovery by Matt Urbane. But the Warriors will get it, and they can run out the clock, Ed, with 1:15 left. They'll mark it off, but it's not going to matter.
No.
They'll mark it back to the 21-yard line. So 10-yard mark off.
That should be it.
10 penalties, 105 yards for the Warriors, and they're not going to mind any of them.
There is no touchdown, but it is North Knox's ball.
So the ball will be taken up. North Knox, let's see if they go to victory formation.
So.
1:15 left to go. Reese Hamelman, all he has to do is kneel a couple of times, and the Warriors will walk away winners, and impressive winners at that. Hamelman under center. He'll take a knee. It's about here, Ed. The North Knox Warriors are going to win this game, Ed. They're going to go to 3-1 on the year.
And it's pretty amazing. They've done a great job tonight.
What a game for Holtman Dodes. I mean, absolutely fantastic. So with 52 seconds left to go, the Warriors have to get on it at least one more time, maybe 2. 2nd down. Reese Hamelman in the victory formation. And he takes a knee. 38 seconds left to go, and they don't have to make another snap, Ed. It's going to be over. The North Knox Warriors are going to get the signature win that they've been wanting for the last 3 years. They're going to get it tonight here at Booneville. 34-20, the North Knox Warriors are going to walk out of here winners. Ed Elliott, I got to say, I've been around the North Knox team. I've been doing these games since 2000, and there have been very few times I've been more proud of a team than this one tonight.
Boy, they had tremendous adversity that they had to deal with. Homecoming, a long trip, didn't have a lot of knowledge about this team and what it would be like. And so they showed real character tonight.
And the game is over. The Warriors win it, and they win it by 2 scores. 34-20, the final score. Stay tuned. The Graver post-game show is coming up in 2 minutes. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football on 105.7 The Ride and WUZR.com.
Hey, it's John Yoakum here at Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This month, we want you to be able to drive home in the newer pre-owned vehicle that you have been looking at. Good credit, bad credit, or no credit, we have you covered with the best finance department in the area. We strive for 100% approval with little or no money down to get you in a reliable vehicle for a payment that you can afford. Don't go anywhere else. Come see us today and put us to the test. That's Yoakum Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram just off Hart Street next to Kohl's and Vincennes.
Does your staff work on their feet all day? Do their feet hurt all day? Do they have trouble getting to the shoe store to purchase their work shoes? Well, let us come to you. Hi, this is Tracy from Grunman Shoes, 906 North 7th Street, Vincennes, and we have gone mobile. We can now bring our quality, service, and selection to you. Call us today at 1-800-726-4770 for more details on us helping you have happier, healthier employees. Grunman, your footwear specialist since 1929.
Have a shoulder or knee bothering you? Hurting when you exercise or participate in sports? Painful when you're on the job or working around the house? Many shoulder and knee problems are treated with simple rehab. But when surgery is necessary, Dr. Terry Fenwick provides the latest outpatient arthroscopic techniques to reduce pain and recovery time so you can return to your work and activities faster. Don't let shoulder or knee pain get you down any longer. See Dr. Fenwick, a leader in sports medicine. Get answers, get results, get Quest Orthopedics on Willow Street in Vincennes. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services supports local organizations and events, businesses, schools, and youth sports. Guardian Angel Home Health Care and Guardian Angel Personal Services, where your care is their business. Have a great season, North Knox Warriors.
Back here once again at Bennett Field, and this was very reminiscent, although a little bit of a different vibe here, of the North Knox Warriors beating Vincennes Lincoln at Inman Field 3 years ago. but they win tonight 34-20. That one was a last-second win, but over a county opponent. But this one, North Knox dominated the entire game. We'll get Ed's comments here in just a second. I want to mention first, you're listening to the Graver Post Game Show. You can post up and score with your next building from Graver Post Buildings on the Odin-Candleburg Road. Now, Ed, before we get to the touchdown rundown and the individual rundown, your thoughts about this game now that you've seen it?
Well, I think this is one of those things where you talk a lot about it, but this was truly a team win. You had the offense doing exactly what they needed to do. Then you had the defense doing what they had to do. And you had two outstanding players when you have Jackson Phillips and Devin Mockabee are outstanding players, but they just could not be stopped. North Knox, there was nothing to stop them tonight.
Yeah, they really, really played good football. We've been waiting for this kind of thing, and I think that's something that, remember what, Coach Chambers said about this team. We have not seen the best out of North Knox, and he proved to be prophetic with this game tonight.
You look at the circumstances that North Knox, the way they have played so dynamic and so aggressive, their physical conditioning, Tom, you can just tell tonight was just, they were in the game to the end. You did not see any drop off of their play.
Let's go ahead right now and take a look at how these teams have scored. The North Knox Warriors saw Booneville score first. Skylar Rudisell on a 17-yard pass play out of Jackson Phillips, and the extra point was unsuccessful in the 6-0 game. The kick was blocked, actually. Then North Knox got on the board, took the lead, and would never be headed. Holtman Dodes with a 28-yard touchdown. By the way, let's go ahead and play it at the station. That was our Hamelman DeKalb play of the game. To the 10. He'll go inside to the 9 and into the end zone. Touchdown. Warrior touchdown.
No flags.
Holtman Dodes takes it 31 yards to the end zone and his second touchdown of the game. So they gave him actually a 28-yard. They actually gave him a 28-yard touchdown run, but it was a great touchdown regardless, and it got North Knox's wheels moving.
This was one of those things that you didn't expect the score to end up like it did, but North Knox just played with such confidence and almost flawless in the first half, Tom. That was the best half that I've seen them play.
And a reminder, Hamelman DeKalb play of the game presented by Randy Hamelman and Hamelman DeKalb. Let Randy Hamelman give you your best play for your yields. You can get more green for your growing season with Hamelman DeKalb. That was the first of 4 touchdowns that Holtman Dodes made on the evening. And second one, Dodes, a 31-yard run with 43.8 seconds left to go. He made the extra point and made it 15-6. North Knox scored again. Holtman Dodes, a 37-yard run, 3:04 left to go in the third period. The extra point blocked and made it 21-6. Booneville got on the board in the fourth quarter as Jackson Phillips on a 1-yard run after North Knox came very close to recovering a kick that was hit by an up man from Booneville, but they were able to get it, march down the field. Jackson Phillips on a 1-yard run, bulldozed his way in to make it 21-14, but then the next 2 scores came from the Warriors. Cole Richter with his only touchdown of the game, a 4-yard run, extra point good, 28-14. That's with 7:36 left, and then the touchdown I think that really did it, again, the 4th touchdown of the game for Holtman Dodes, a 24-yard run, extra point unsuccessful, 34-14. But then, Ed, I thought Booneville had a chance to come back within 2 scores on an absolutely brilliantly executed pass play, and Mockabee did a wonderful job. Devin Mockabee was able to get the football and take it into the end zone, but that was the final touchdown they made, a 58-yarder.
Yeah, what can you say to add to what North Knox has done tonight? I don't think anybody thought that North Knox would come down here and perform like they did other than the coaching staff and the parents.
Yep. 12 first downs for North Knox, by the way, 8 for Booneville. Red zone, North Knox is in there twice and only scored once. Most of their touchdowns were big plays. And then, I'm trying to get through it as I can. 1 or 2 in the red zone for Booneville. Turnovers, North Knox only with 1. That was an interception inside the red zone, as a matter of fact. And 2 fumbles and an interception out of the Booneville Pioneers. Penalties right now, 10 for 105 yards for the Warriors, 7 for 75 for the Booneville Pioneers. So once again, the North Knox Warriors, a big win tonight. We'll talk with the head coach of North Knox, Josh Chambers, here in a second. Right now, though, let's get the individual statistics and a great night for Holtman Dodds from Ed Elliott.
Okay, Devin Mockabee for Booneville. He ended up with 14 carries for 66 yards, 36 of them in the second half. Then Jackson Phillips, the quarterback, he ended up with the second leading rusher. He had 39 yards on 13 carries, but he only had 9 yards rushing in the second half. And so a total of 45 yards rushing for Booneville in the second half. And Jackson Phillips, he passed the ball a total of 14 times for 104 yards. He had, 54 of those in the second half. And then so Booneville had 45 yards rushing in the second half, 61 in the first half for 106 yards, passing 41 in the first half, 64 in the second half for 105. So the second half, Booneville had 109 yards rushing and passing, and a total of 211 yards rushing and passing for the game. Now, North Knox, on the other hand, Cole Richter, he carried the ball 26 times for 112 yards, 57 of those in the second half. Holtman Dodds, he had a great ball game. He had 84 yards on 7 carries in the first half, and then he had 122 yards on 8 carries in the second half. He had a total of 206 yards rushing. Troy Nolan had 1 carry in the second half for 12 yards, and we had Reese Hamelman carried it once for 5 yards. So North Knox had rushing in the second half 196 yards. They did not have any passing yards in the second half, so they had 196 rushing and passing in the second half to 109 for Booneville. Total for the game, 372 rushing and passing for North Knox versus 211 for Booneville in the game.
We're talking with Josh Chambers, who joins us right now. And, Coach, you wanted a signature win. This is probably the biggest one of your high school coaching career here at North Knox. Congratulations. You guys, I thought, were dominant through most of the game.
Yeah, super proud of our kids, from the second possession on in this game. I think if you're watching it, you're thinking, holy cow, North Knox may have a chance to win this thing. Just because our kids are resilient. They scored that first touchdown and went up 6-0.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, our kids, we just adjusted to the front. They ran a different front, a little 5 and a couple linebackers coming. Once our boys figured that out, we got it down on paper. We finally got it going. Can't say enough for what Holtman Dodds did tonight on both sides of the football. But here's the biggest thing. He benefited from Cole Richter's success a lot.
Right.
But on the other side of that, some of the runs that Holtman was making, those cuts he was making, those are things that you teach kids and teach them, but they don't always do it. And Holtman, he just was hitting the sweep. Man, we really ran the left side sweep against these guys. We really liked how aggressive they were getting off the ball. So that allows us to do a lot of trap blocking and really get guys moving. And that played into our benefit. We threw a couple quick screens at them to see what they were just going to do with DBs. But they kept 3 DBs on the field all night long, and we were really trying to run them out of that. And to be honest with you, in the second half, I wouldn't have come out with a third DB if I were them. I would have played heavier on the linebacker side, which would have opened up more of the passing game for us.
Well, they were blitzing about
every
play, 1 or 2 people.
And every time we were able to break containment, it was just a gash.
Yeah.
And so once we got out of the third quarter and we held the ball most of that time, I really thought, okay, we're not going to throw any passes here unless they really just give us a dagger kind of look. And really the dagger of the ball game was the interception over here when Brock Smith picked that thing off. That was a huge play. We knew if we could get the quarterback under a little bit of stress that he would throw one up.
Yeah.
We saw it on film. We have a couple of their films, and we saw him throw it up. So I thought, okay, we play good coverage, we get him stressed out a little bit, and he's going to deliver us a football. And he did. And then we caused a fumble that was huge, too. down there when they were in press time. You got to give credit to the Mockabee kid on that touchdown catch.
Yeah.
He just come out of nowhere and snagged that thing.
That was a great,
that was just an
play.
athletic play. We didn't even have it covered bad. It was just a good play.
It was a well-designed play.
But at the end of the night, here's the thing that our team did. They were resilient.
Yeah.
We were physical from the start. Again, defensively, we have continued to put out great efforts. We tackle well. We cause turnovers. We didn't turn the ball over tonight, except I guess the interception.
That one interception in the red zone, yeah.
That didn't really kill us, but we can't throw it. We got to throw that thing out of bounds. You know, we've worked on that. It's got to be pushed up out of bounds, and we try to get something down there, pin them deep. But at the end of the night here, we didn't kill ourselves with penalties. We were we were extremely physical, and I think Booneville was a little shocked with how physical we were.
I want to say, if I could make one unsung play, when they were going for an onside kick, again, this is Brock Smith.
Yes, again.
He was able to catch it almost like, now I've been a goalie coach for a long time, so I know what I'm talking about. He looked like a goalkeeper taking the ball right in the middle of his chest.
They kicked it right at him. Here's the thing about that kid. He came out and played football this year. This is the first time he's played since maybe junior high. We like him. He's got good skills, and tonight he's starting to show that progression that you expect players to make. We knew it was going to be a tight game, but boy, I'll tell you what. Got to give credit to Booneville. Great atmosphere. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You got to give credit to our guys. We had a lot of fans here. This is a long drive for the North Knox Warriors. But at the end of the day, you got to give the credit to our guys. Coaching staff did a nice job making an adjustment. But when all that stuff falls through, when everything goes down, it's our kids that execute. And I'm super proud of them. I mean, they just went out there. Just like putting things, I called it, put them in the meat grinder. Second half, when we walked out, I said, guys, we got to get them in a meat grinder here, because the clock's not in their favor. When we went with the gate and Troy outran them to the corner, they were down 2 scores. That automatically put us in a position to take over.
Well, I thought your first half was really flawless.
Yes, it was a great first half.
You didn't have penalties that's from the line of scrimmage.
Couple of nice quick screen passes, getting 8-9 yards on those.
You had some balance, and then in the second half, your conditioning showed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And
our kids are in great shape. Like I said, it's just one of those games where you look at a football team and you realize, hey, these guys are figuring it out.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize, hey, we can play football with them, with anybody we're going to play with. We create issues for them because we're physical, we're fast, and anytime you play defense the way we play, you're going to be just fine.
And success gets people excited. And
absolutely.
I think that your players, the enthusiasm and the fans, it was just a great ball game. I told Tom, I don't think anybody thought, other than the coaches and the parents and the players, that North Knox was going to come down here and win this ball game.
Here's my exact words to my guys in team meeting before we get on the bus. We're going to Booneville to win tonight. We're not going down there to compete. We're not going down there to be shell-shocked. We're driving to Work County, and we're taking a win home with us. And that's that. Nobody else in the world is going to expect us to go down there and play our butts off. And I don't even think Booneville was ready for it.
No.
But I'll tell you right now, the Warriors showed the resilience and all the work these guys have put in. Again, the credit goes to our kids.
Yeah. I want to say 2 things. Number 1, I never have brought up an individual mistake, but in this case I did because I wanted to prove a point. That first touchdown that Rudisill had was because Holtman Oates turned the wrong way. And I said that, but I'll tell you why I said it, because the rest of the game he absolutely more than made up for it.
Just a kid, just one of those things. Kid ran a nice corner route, got her shoulders turned, but I'll tell you what Holtman did. He fixed it.
Yep.
He came right back, scored a touchdown on the next possession, a big time run. I mean, we converted a lot of third downs, and I'm not sure how many, but there were a lot of times it was 3rd and 3, and we converted those. And probably even about every 4th down we converted.
Yep.
It's just one of those things. And you just got to put the faith in your kids and let them make the plays, and they did it tonight.
Now you got homecoming yourself next week back at Warrior Stadium, and you can't have a letdown against North Central.
No, we cannot. We got to come back next week, homecoming week for us. We got to prepare. We got to be solid. And we got to get a win on our home field next week.
Well, you got a chance to do something this season that it's been a long time since North Knox has had a really strong season, and you could put a stamp on things.
Yes, we're riding down through this. We really like our team, and they just keep building in confidence every week. And I'm super proud of them. And like I told them out here before we broke out, this wasn't your best game, but you're getting closer. And we're not saving it. We're working towards it. And these guys, again, super proud of them. I love them. I love their efforts. and just thankful for the guys we have.
Coach, now we'll have the tailgate party next week.
Next week.
That's right, homecoming.
Coach, Congratulations on a big win. I really do appreciate it. Signature win tonight for the Warriors. We'll be back with our star of the game coming up after this 1 minute break. You're listening to North Knox Warrior Football on 105.7 The Ride at WUZR.com.
Hey everyone, this is Randy Hamelman of Hamelman Decals. Here at Laid Back Acres, located smack dab in the middle of Warrior Country, we're all Warrior strong. DeKalb and Asgrow seeds, with their proven yield potential and unbeatable disease packages, are great teammates for all your acres. Good luck this year to all our athletes. Hamelman DeKalb is a proud supporter of North Knox High School and Warriors athletics. See you at the game, Warrior fans. It's victory time.
This is Ross Martin at First Vincennes Savings Bank, inviting you to visit our new ATM at 3rd and Vigo Streets in Vincennes. Our new ATM is yet another example of how First Vincennes Savings Bank is actively working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. First Vincennes Savings Bank is a real community bank, working to make our community better and your banking easier. Now with 2 full-service locations on Kilmore Road and North 6th Street, First Vincennes Savings Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back once again here as we continue one final time at Booneville, along with Ed Elliott. North Knox wins at 34-20. I'm Tom Lee. And time now for the Ileana Irrigation Something More Award. Get something more for your growing season with Ileana Irrigation. Helping you to become a success, call Ileana Irrigation at 890-6000. And Ed, we have had a lot of times where we have split, we have disagreed over stars of the game and different stuff, but tonight I don't think there's any disagreement.
No, I don't think so. Holman Dodds did the job tonight that you would ask of any player ever to do, and I think he's by far put that, the extra effort in tonight.
That's our extra effort award for Ileana Irrigation as we close things up. Ed, we want to thank you for joining us this evening. We'll be back at the Bicknell McDonald's coming up on Thursday night to talk about this game and talk about the homecoming game with North Central coming up on a week from tonight back at North Knox High School, 7 o'clock start time. 6:45, the pregame show right here on 105.7 The Ride. I want to thank Jonathan Stokes, backstoking the coals again at the studio in Vincennes. Great to have him back with us. Great to have Ed with us. Great to have you with us. We'll see you coming up on Thursday night. Enjoy what should be a fantastic weekend. Final 34-20. North Knox beats Booneville. Have yourself a great evening, and until Thursday night for Ed Elliott, I'm Tom Lee saying so long from Booneville.